Amazing. Rocky, want to see you.
I really don't think they flew 90 billion light years to start a fight.
Sunset chill days so long gone, can't bring them back, no magic wand. Counting white cotton clouds, painted on the blue sky's crowd. And yet somehow that way is baked with eternal hopeful flair. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be a free days of you and me. I'm sailing. I just can't wait for free days of you and me.
He's been cited by Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, Benny Johnson, Timcast, Dr. Jordan Peterson, and even the U.S. government.
But soon they'll wake up to see the summer sizzle in me.
We're doomed to this never end.
Dire wolves back and so are you.
Oh yeah,
Belvedere flying so the moon.
oh yeah.
And everyone's singing just the right tune. Maestro blasting on the jazz flute.
We are all participating in mandatory fun activities.
Jelly bean bonus, every flavor in the bag. Super movie star, but first gotta join SAG.
Keep our eyes open.
Wunderkind, super friend, where are you? Get a search warrant for the near clear blue.
It's scooping time.
And can't you believe that? We've been waiting on you, can't you see that? Put away the bad things they said to you.
You are a sad, strange little man. Have my
After all, just have to call and say you're some kind of
Because you are the special.
epic. Epic, yeah, that's what you do. I'm talking about epic, it's all you know how to do.
You wake up blue to
Epic, it's on repeat for you. Oh, epic. Epic.
Hear ye, come on, come on, to the never stopping daily strife, and it's called simpler times, they beckon so, floating on the water with no foam. Can we get away now, find a way now, somehow step out of this stream into a dream of slow it down. Jay says that he remembers a place before the never, ever river severed our tranquility. Counting cars by Highway 30, sitting in the porch swing, guessing colors so poorly. Yeah. Is the next one a blue or red one? Maybe silver, maybe gray. What a way to spend a day.
Ladies
and gentlemen, it's the WDW Pro Show! Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo! Lord. Guess what day it is, Lord? Guess what day it is?
It's hump day.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hump day, but Lord, it's another day that we get to do what we get to do. It's like the greatest gift ever, every time we're together. Do another pro show with the people out there. What's that?
As if anything could stop us.
Nothing. Neither meteors, nor earthquakes, nor dinosaurs come back to life will stop the pro show. Me and you, Lorne, me and you forever. 40 more years of me and Lorne, Lorne and Pro, Pro and Lorne shows forevermore.
For 40 years might be a bit much.
50 years of Pro and Lorne, 60 years. Just getting started.
Yeah, whippersnapper.
Just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows, when we wrap this thing up, and many, many decades from now, we might be doing it from assisted living while we sip on mushed up Jell-O, because the real stuff was too hard on the teeth.
I'm not sure if this is a dystopian vision or if this is a positive one, but either way, I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Hard to say. By the way, folks, we talked with a YouTube person, and the YouTube person said that we need to get the silver plaque on the stage here, okay? And I don't know if I agree with that or not. I don't know if you all tell me in the chat. Does it belong there? Is it too much? I don't like to be showy, and so it was on the top of the shelf behind me. I don't like it there, but that's just me. It's just me, Lauren. Maybe everybody else. I like the reflections on the table,
Yeah, I think it's fine either way. Do what you want to do.
I thought about putting up a little, I'm happily married, Lauren, but I thought about putting up a photo of Rachel Zegler, little hearts, just a way to say thank you for all the help you've given the channel over the years.
No.
No?
Some things are a step too far. It's like, nope.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Although you would give me some fantastic AI art generation possibilities with that.
Wouldn't we? Folks, we got to get started, and we got a panel of excellence on the way, and I can't wait to go through the stories. These are just fun. I guess yesterday we did the show, and it was fun, but we had some tough ones we had to go through, and tonight, it's just pure joy on this hump day. So shall we, Lauren? Shall we bring in the panel?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, folks, let's do it. Let's bring in our wonderful panel right now.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
It's not an April Fool's joke. It's real. Look at these wonderful people who have managed to steal our hearts, our minds for the time we have together this night.
I'm waving. Honest I am.
Honest he is. They love me. They really love me. Hey, it's Carrie Smith. Carrie, it's been too long.
It's been too long. And look at you out from behind the avatar. You look
I know.
amazing.
So we are protecting ourselves from the AI overlords, Carrie, by proving I'm a real boy.
But your video your set looks amazing. Everything looks amazing, and you almost look AI. Sorry.
Is that a compliment or a curse? I can't quite decide.
That's like telling a woman that she looks comfortable.
Really?
Yeah. Does this set make Pro look fat?
No, it looks very professional. I love it. I thought.
Thank you. I mean, look at this. Look. Wait a minute, Carrie.
This isn't professional.
There you go. See, well, no, you look better than I. You look better than I.
You have a nice.
Yeah,
come on,
very nice.
Come on.
All right, folks. You know who's nice? Everybody out there sending those gifties, sending those super chats right off the bat. And so let's go to our superstars right now. Mark Fields from 199. Power to the Niners. I wish you all positive vibes and a beautiful night. Mark, the same to you. Juliet for 5, morning WDW Pro panel and Pro Rides. Juliet, mod extraordinaire. And then would you look at this? Eric Stratton, gifting 5 and then gifting 5 again because 5 simply was not enough for Eric Stratton. Eric, we thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you for turning the chat from gray to green.
Every time a membership is gifted, a content creator gets his wings.
Was that gendered language?
We're not at Magic Kingdom, Dad.
Da-da-da-da-da. Thanks, Snoop. And by the way, folks, 400 of you joining us right now as we get ready to get started. Holly Weirds, look out. And drive-by journalists, get those jumbo pencils ready. Bearded Lunatic for 10. Pro and panel, thank you for everything you do. You've inspired me to create a channel and make entertaining content. Here's to keeping the hamsters fed. Well, Bearded Lunatic, that's one of the greatest compliments we could ever receive, is that you are getting out there and making the world a better place because of what we've been up to. I hope you have all the success in the world. Get out there and do it. Give it your all. And hey, maybe one day we'll be looking up at you and saying, we knew Bearded Lunatic when. We knew him when.
Nice beard, Lunatic.
Nice beard indeed. Hamsters are practically giddy tonight. Patrick Ganaway, member for 7 months. Greetings from another stormy evening here in Kansas. Not as bad as it was Monday night. Now, Patrick, I need to apologize to you. Patrick, I need to apologize because you have been gifting memberships and you have been so kind to us and you've been sending in your chats and all this. And up until tonight, we've never been able to appropriately say thank you. But Patrick, all of that changes right now.
Chemical sunshine, professor says pay no mind.
Now, I don't know if that's an appropriate way to say thank you ever. And Patrick may say, what in the world? Why would that ever be applied to me? But Patrick, all we had to go on was a dog. And I just didn't know if you wanted the dog to be part of the thing. So
you made him a super leprechaun? Was that what that was?
Yeah, it was. His name's
Pot
Patrick.
of gold.
Well, I mean, he does share the you know, all the memberships.
Yeah, that was yeah. It was either that or a starfish. I didn't want to go with the starfish. Okay.
Chemical sunshine, professor says pay no mind.
And Patrick's giving 5 more memberships. Patrick,
I guess
my
he liked
gosh. I tell you, the folks out there, they're just too good to us. Patrick, you're too good to us. We don't even know what to say. It's just so...
Please, sir, may I have more pro memberships?
What?
God bless us, everyone!
Yeah, Carrie, it's going to be one of those shows. Neo is out there gifting 1 pro membership, which is apropos because Neo is the one. The first Dragon Queen returning from the roost for 105 degrees with humidity. And a non-optimal air conditioner. Been trying to get it somewhat functional all day. A person can't get here till next week. Hugs for all.
Whoa.
Dragon Queen. Whoa, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. You breathe fire. This is your time. You can shine right now. Nothing is holding you back. Never heard of a dragon complaining about the heat.
Well, but the humidity might be an issue, you know.
You know, it really
Nothing
puts a
worse
damper.
than a soggy dragon. I mean, you know.
Snuff the soggy dragon. Wildfire for 5. 10,000 years will give Lorne such a crick in the neck. Lorne, you're up for it, right?
Well, if you don't mind interviewing Skeletor, then sure, why not?
Hello, Pro. Are you ready for more evil? Why, yes, Lorne. Same thing we do every night. Eric is out there, member for 11 months, double checking you have my order. 2 McVash meals. Of course. Extra ketchup. I got it. Yeah.
You want fries with those?
Just don't eat the big arch, man. That thing is like chemical flavored garbage.
I think the big arch is gone. I think, didn't they?
Good.
Hasn't it? Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I would say they released it when it was expired.
You could basically custom order it, right? It's just 2 quarter-pound patties with, you won't be able to do the cheese they had, but you could do the
it's
Big Mac sauce.
Cheese food. It's not, they don't, there's no real ingredients in McDonald's. What are you doing?
Do you guys
Did
remember
you think
the
there
original
was?
Arch Deluxe?
Yeah, I remember that from the 90s.
The original Arch Deluxe was good. Oh, come on. It was It was better than so-so.
I don't want to be scolded by culture right now, okay? If I give any fast food credence, he's going to jump all over me.
I'm going to be angry. You know, everything on my plate tonight that I'm having for supper
Here we go.
is homemade from scratch.
I told you.
Including the cornbread that's on my
plate. He custom grew the yeast from the time it was a little baby yeast until it was made to bake his bread.
Actually, that's what sourdough starter is. That's how you get, sourdough to grow. And then you feed it. You feed the sourdough starter.
Oh, I have good news for you, Pro.
Please.
We have discovered a great, good old-fashioned cheap hamburger joint here, and it turns out they have one near you, too. I will tell you about it sometime.
I've heard about the lines. They're quite long.
Central Park.
Oh, neato.
And they're really good. I mean, astoundingly good compared to almost anybody else. And whenever I get a retro craving for something Big Mac-ish, I say, screw that. Let me get a good one from these guys. So
we'll go check it out.
Yeah.
First Dragon Queen for 2. There's blueprints that prove he's a bot.
What?
Talking about Probot.
Probot 2000. Detail Devil for 199. Black Belt Barista, UK News, practices law, not coffee. And then finally...
Technically, he's a cyborg. That makes him a probiotic.
Oh.
No.
Next one.
Boo.
First Dragon Queen for 2. It's for my polar bear. The air conditioner? All right, well, keep him comfy. That's what I say. All right, Carrie, we need to know, what are you drinking? What is the beverage of this eve?
Oh, don't make me say it's a Red Bull, and I'm not supposed to be drinking them anymore, so I put it in a glass.
Carrie.
Carrie.
I can't
Thank you.
tell a lie.
Thank you. You're the one for tonight that he's going to focus on. It won't be me. Thank you.
Carrie,
Thank you, Carrie.
You know better than that.
I know. I quit for a long time, and then look.
A diet Red Bull's really good.
Thank you for not.
Yeah.
Big pharma and big food have shut him down. No more sound from culture. What, Lauren?
You got muted, Culture.
That's
I was
okay.
going to say, I can take the heat off of Carrie. Culture, do you know what I had before I came on stream for dinner?
Chicken.
Pop-Tarts.
Okay, there you go.
Chicken flavored Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts.
All right, everybody, it's time.
I had orange cinnamon rolls. We're both on a sweet tooth deal, are we?
Lou, are we even allowed to say what you're drinking tonight? What are you imbibing this eve?
Well, I was having some of that good margarita substitute stuff that I turned Lauren on to, Cayman Jack, but right now it's just water.
All right, well, boring. I'm drinking the matcha, so folks, it's time for the click it and sip it moment of the night. We need you to click that like button and then take a sip with us. Click the like button and we will all enjoy a sip together in 3, 2, 1.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Water.
You know what? That's so good. I'm going for round 2.
Yeah.
Can I tell everybody? I don't know if I've said this yet. The coffee I had on one of the shows this week was terrible. Worst coffee I've had in years. And I had to do the click it and sip it and just hide the pain that I felt drinking that terrible, awful. What? I don't even know what I want to call it. It's not coffee. It wasn't coffee. All right. Mud. All right, folks. Should we get started with the show? I think so. Well, why not? The Hollywoods are trying to stop us, but we never stop, folks. We got more than 500 of you joining us right now across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies, the GeoCities, the ICQs, AM, FM, and everywhere else people want to hear the news. Let's dive in. We got a story to start off with, and it is a Marvel star is trying to beg her way back into the good graces of Disney. Oh, this one's good. Oh, it's delicious. And it's nutritious. It's Tatiana Maslany. Folks, what if we told you that there's a disgraced Marvel star trying to find her way back into the House of Mouses, and it's none other than Tatiana Maslany. Now, Tatiana Maslany has a history, and this is so much fun to watch her begging now. Please take me back. Please, Disney. I want to come back. I want to please. And still trying to hold on to her ego. Let's go back in time just a minute to 2025. And you'll remember that Jimmy Kimmel lied about the death of one Charlie Kirk. And Tatiana Maslany, who's great at being a jerk and being on the wrong side of everything, After Jimmy Kimmel was kicked off the air, Tatiana was one of those who came out vociferously and said, cancel Disney Plus. That part plays September 19th, 2025. She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany turns and urges fans to cancel Disney Plus subscriptions over Jimmy Kimmel firing. It says Tatiana Maslany, the actress who starred as Marvel She-Hulk, is now openly calling on fans to cancel their Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN subscriptions. Because why not just go for the whole trifecta? She's practically Seabiscuit at this point over the removal of Jimmy Kimmel from the ABC airwaves. The stunning move comes less than 2 years after she headlined one of the company's Disney Plus Marvel releases. You know what, though? That wasn't enough for Tatiana, because then later on in December, she said she has no interest in continuing to work with Disney. This was from WDW News Today. Folks, you can go read all of these articles. This one by Jamie Rowland. But right after Christmas, a great gift to Disney. She did not want to work with Disney. Never, no, never. Don't ask her. You better not. She's not coming back. Fast forward to today. Oh, how the loud and obnoxious have fallen. Tatiana Maslany, David Rode writing this one out of TV Line. She-Hulk star addresses possible Marvel return after Disney criticism. Let's see. It's been 5 months, 6 months. How's she doing? Anybody seen her in anything? I haven't seen her in anything. That's going to be important, okay? Really now, honestly, Culture, Lauren, Carrie, anybody seen her in anything? Lou, what about you?
Would you know if she wasn't green?
No, I wouldn't know.
I mean, that's the problem. You know, it's what they used to say about why football stars didn't make it on Wheaties boxes, because the helmet made identifying them more difficult.
Very good point. It's the Clark Kent syndrome, right?
Yeah.
Could a second season of She-Hulk Attorney at Law be in the cards, with the MCU heading for a busy year at the box office? With Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, that's less than they usually put out, set to release, discussion about Marvel's future projects has naturally included questions about whether She-Hulk could return. Sure, I'm sure. Scrolling down. But in a May 2026 interview with the Radio Times, the prestigious Radio Times that every celebrity is trying to get an interview with, I can't tell you, they're lining up. Jennifer Aniston, she's still trying to this day to get Radio Times to give her the time. Maslany says her feelings wouldn't get in the way of a return to Marvel. Oh. Quote, the character is outside of what I feel the corporation is doing. I love She-Hulk. I loved what creator Jessica Gao did with her. So, wait a minute. Folks, hold the phone for a minute. Don't cancel Disney Plus. She will work with Disney again. Why? Because she wants that Marvel money. It says the future of She-Hulk is still up in the air. No, it's not. Not if they've got any sense in their heads. We'll come back to more about Miss Tatiana, but Carrie, it's amazing to me how their principles and their values, they're so strong with them until the bills come calling and they're not getting the calls for work they once had. And suddenly they're like, you know what? I'd love to portray a giant green hulking woman again, please. Mickey, will you call me? Isn't it funny, Carrie, how quickly they change?
It's funny, but I imagine that would be easy to do when your supposed beliefs and values are very shallow and they're not real to begin with. Because I looked her up. I know her from Orphan Black before She-Hulk, by the way. And I didn't realize she was one of these actresses who's been giving her opinion politically. But back when she told her Instagram followers to boycott Disney because she's such a free speech hero, I just did a quick search to see what she had to say about the Twitter files. Nothing. I looked to see what did she have to say about the Biden administration. That's the government telling social media companies who to censor.
Anything?
Who nothing. Never said a thing about it.
I'm shocked. Can't believe you're telling me these things. I mean, just really.
Nothing.
What did she take a position at all during the pandemic? Did she defend anybody then?
I haven't seen anything to that effect.
Oh, man.
None of the scientists who got censored or banned or.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
The First Amendment is actually, people like Tatiana, I think, forget, but it's about the government restricting speech. It's not about Disney deciding to temporarily suspend a host for saying something that wasn't true. It's actually about the government coming in and saying you have to do that. And that's what the Biden administration was doing. That's what was revealed in the Twitter files.
Carrie, don't make her make sense. You won't like her if she makes sense.
Give me a second to get that joke.
Nice reference there, Lou. Not bad.
Well.
Culture, it's the same thing we hear time and time again. These celebrities who, they're communists, they're socialists, hoorah, hoorah, party first, blah, blah, blah. They actually like their giant mansions. It's just like when Billie Eilish said that we're all on stolen land, and then we found out, oh, wait, Billie Eilish has a giant mansion that's walled off, and she has an actual sofa and a California king-size bed in the middle of a swimming pool, and she's not giving her mansion up. It's not going back to the indigenous people of Los Angeles. Same thing with Tatiana. She's got to pay the bills now, Culture.
Worse yet, she's Canadian, but I mean, that's a whole other conversation. So I'm surprised we don't get land acknowledgments from her before she says anything. Regardless, for me, I like her in Orphan Black.
Oh, it did it again, Culture.
We lost him again. He came in hot. He went out cold. He's good again. Keep going, Culture. What do you got?
Okay. Well, anyway, she's an interesting creature, and she was recently in the most recent thing she was in was the failed Starfleet Academy.
Was she in that too?
Yeah.
Boy, what a track record!
What a cast! I mean, that's whoever the director is on that. Well, what if I told you all that Tatiana's not done yet? What? She's still going. Okay. Lauren, get ready for this one. Not everybody wants to cover this kind of stuff, but Breitbart does, and we're happy to go to Breitbart for this. Marvel She-Hulk star. By the way, this is just breaking. Lou sent this to me. Marvel She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany pushes boycott of the New York Times because they're not far enough left. I can't even say the stuff that she wants, the harm she's claiming, but Tatiana Maslany thinks the New York Times is not far enough left. This is by Warner Todd Huston. It says Marvel She-Hulk. Houston, you say?
It's Houston. I know him.
Houston. Marvel She-Hulk star, left-wing actress Tatiana Maslany is demanding people join her boycott of the left-wing New York Times, claiming the paper is harming some of these people groups that we'll just let you all figure out. Maslany took to her Instagram account last week to repost a video from Queer Art in which an activist, Mohammed El-Kurd, who's, boy, I can't even name some of these people and what they're for. It's dubbed, this video, The People versus the New York Times. Okay, so she's still going, right? I mean, folks, you can go read this if you want to. And what do we got here? Can we play this even? We'll play it. It's an interview with Tatiana. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm wearing it because there is no ceasefire in Gaza. There is no ceasefire in Palestine. Israel's continuing to bombard it with...
Good enough. You got it. There's Tatiana. All right.
Bombarding it with bombings. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So here's the deal, Lauren. If I'm Marvel and she's calling for boycotts of the New York Times, the Gray Lady, I think I'll take a pass on She-Hulk. I might recast She-Hulk if I have to have She-Hulk. Lauren, this lady's crazy. Lauren, you're muted. But we're having all kinds of audio issues tonight. Issues, as they say.
I actually want to come out in solidarity with her. I'd say, you know what? You're absolutely right. You should boycott the New York Times. That is absolutely the right play to make. You go get them, Tatiana. Solidarity.
Cancel Disney Plus, cancel New York Times. Tatiana is in line with you, Lauren.
Yeah, we're birds of a feather, as it were. I always wonder when actors and people in the public eye do something like this, who do they think is listening to them for advice on who they should be listening to for their news and stuff? It's like going to your plumber, and asking what's the best place to, I don't know, have somebody make me a sandwich. It's like, and maybe they have excellent sandwich taste, but that's not the place that I would normally be going, to find out what do I want here, so I marvel at the ego these people have, that they think people are just waiting for them to give them the selected outlets that you should be listening to.
Well, how about this? Has she achieved anything other than tanking her own career?
Well, we got to wait and see how this boycott turns out. Again, I would urge everybody, I think she's on the right track here.
I mean, you would think somebody who got famous for being green would look at the past and say, what do Edward Norton, Eric Bana, and Lou Ferrigno know that I don't know? Which is of all the things that they can replace, they don't need her to do it.
Lou, she's Rachel Zegler and old Brie Larson rolled up all into one. I mean, it's impressive. It's amazing what she's up to. This is not her. We'll get there in just a minute. This is the Congo line of crazies. But there's been nothing done, Culture, except just destroying her career. She destroyed her career with nothing to show for it.
Yeah, she has. And what's funny is I really was a huge fan of her for a very long period of time. So, she's been in several things that I've enjoyed. And yet, by the time she got to this role, she was so desperate to hang on to relevance that she was willing to say whatever her agents told her to say or whatever the media person told her to say. And then she just kind of continued to follow along. And that's often very destructive to your career. And look, to Lauren's point, I'm all for an all-women's sandwich shop. I think if you had nothing but women making sandwiches all day long.
Carrie, if you've got elbows, if you just want to hit these two guys on your side, just take them out. It's fine by me.
I made sandwiches last week. It's fine.
They don't need their ribs. They don't need them.
I was just going to say
sandwiches?
Pimento cheese and chicken salad. We had a baptism at our church.
Did you put nuts in the chicken salad?
No.
Oh,
is that how you like to eat your chicken salad?
I've had some that's very good with like dried cranberries and almonds and pecans and things like that. But without is fine too.
It's pretty fancy. Well, I just wanted to comment on something Lauren said about a plumber giving advice, and I've thought about this a lot. The thing about celebrities or entertainers or people like this, actors giving their opinion or whatever it is, I don't mind them having opinions. We all have opinions. We should feel free to say what we think about things if we want to, if we're compelled to, if we feel it's important. It's just that it's the undue amount of attention that they think they deserve for it, or the undue weight. Like they think it should be valued higher than other people's opinions.
Yes.
And it's actually the opposite. My plumber, I value his opinion more on issues of the economy, or because he knows how to build, he has built a business. He understands the value of a dollar. He doesn't have a staff of people, including a personal assistant, who run all parts of his life for him. He's connected to the average man. He's not part of the 1%. He doesn't live in a gated house like Billie Eilish. He's actually affected by the borders being open.
What kind of low-life plumber have you got anyway?
Understand, my intent there was not to denigrate plumbers.
Oh, I understand.
That when I'm thinking of what a plumber is typically dealing with, I don't want to have him associated with food.
Oh, yes. Yes, I understand.
I think today's plumbers and welders come rolling in Rolls Royces. I mean, sometimes, that's the way to go, right? The people who went into gender studies sometimes say, wait a minute. You mean the vocational people are making that much? But one of my favorite aspects of this is Scott Adams, who just recently passed, the creator of Dilbert. One of my all-time favorite ongoing gags he had in Dilbert was that the janitor was the smartest person in the entire building, and it wasn't close. Yeah. I loved it. And that's exactly right. The people who are closest to the ground often are of the soundest mind. And so Tatiana Maslany lives in a completely different world. And apparently in her world, after you call for boycotts and attacks and you continue to do so, you can come crawling back and you can say, well, I'll take their money, even if I don't agree with anything they're doing. She's a principled Hulk, after all. I tell you, a principled Hulk.
Ask her, would she do it for free? Or even for guild minimum?
What would be the guild minimum right now, Lou?
I don't know. For what? Was that a half-hour show or an hour show?
Hour show. What, eight episodes, something like that?
Probably about $4 or $5 grand a show.
Okay.
I don't know what the new contract says. Everybody's got new contracts now, so I haven't seen the schedules.
She could give it away, right? Even if she wouldn't take the minimum, she could give away down to the minimum. Yeah.
Except Trump is giving his salary away, and she wouldn't want to be anything like him. So
no. Okay,
that would be a problem for her.
Got to be a reason for it.
Remind me, Culture, later. It's no place for it here because it takes too long to tell my plumber joke when we're on the show after this. So
sounds great. I will let you tell all the stories.
Give you something to look forward to, folks. The great plumber joke.
It's only there's only one joke longer, and it's the moth joke, if you know what that is. SFX F314 Saber to the Raptor for 10. Culture. Yes, I recently went to a concert.
Oh.
Your doppelganger, or your doubleganger in this case, was one of the band members.
Oh, really?
If Doom Smurf is low as Mango and Goo Goo, She Smurf is a Figment. Distantic is Rocky and Smurfed. All you, buddy.
Well, what concert did you go to? Because I want to know who I look like. You know,
Culture, are you expecting SFX 314 Sabertooth Raptor to respond to you right now? Like it?
Well, yeah.
This is what we've got, Culture. You are the man of the hour. The spotlight is upon you. Just do what you do.
Sometimes he sends me emails, so that's fine. Okay. But I look like a lot of people sometimes. I look like other people. At one point in time, the Disney folks thought I was Carrie Ewells from Princess Bride. So that's a different conversation.
Can you do a Princess Bride? Prove you're not. Give us
if Doom Smurf is low as Mango and Goo Goo, She Smurf is a Figment. Well, yeah. And Distanic is Rocky and Smurfed. Yeah, I think they've got some big problems over there at Disney. I can't argue. Doomsday is going to be probably one of the worst performing Disney expenditures in the superhero era, in the Marvel era. But we'll see. I mean, again, I'm looking at Supergirl. I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking that might actually finish under $400 million. That's going to be.
Oh yeah. I think if Supergirl outperforms Mando, I will be shocked. And Mando is coming nowhere close to 400.
Yeah,
I think Supergirl might be headed for sub 300.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 275-ish.
Yeah, something. That's what I was going to guess.
Wow. Not good. Thank you, SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor. But I am interested in who the band member was. So
it was you. Patrick Getaway for 10. Love the clip. The avatar is of my loyal departed dog, Toby, who passed away a couple of years ago. I wouldn't mind if you add Toby to the clip as a tribute. We would love to.
What a handsome dog.
Yes.
Don't kick the dog, though.
And what a great and kind thing you did taking care of Toby for so long. It matters, folks. It's important. Take care of all God's babies and creatures. Yep. John Wayne for 5. The Duke is here. Glad to see Carrie on the Pro Show tonight. She's good peeps. And she's the bee's knees.
The bee's knees. I love that thing. Thank you.
And she gives good hugs.
Good hugs. Yep. Bees don't give good hugs, though. Never hug a bee.
And she has a great collection of hats.
What are you trying to do here, Culture? Are you trying to summon Wild Bill Thompson to the show? What are you trying to do here?
He's got a good hat.
Where's Floral at? Does anybody know where Floral is? Talk about giving good hugs. Lauren just got a hug on live.
Yes.
Where are my hugs at tonight? Jeez Louise, I'm just, Pro needs RX shades. Barrister equals UK lawyer. BBB on YT.
I believe that word is barrister.
Barrister?
Yes.
Barrister.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking coffee, as I so often am.
A barista? That'd be amazing. But no.
A barista barrister. Makes you coffee while he wins your case, I guess.
I know it's a misspelling of barista there for a minute. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah. Thank you, Detailed Devil. And
what's BBB, the Better Business Bureau?
That's my best
guess. Are they judging the barrister or the barista? That's what
I just hope we're approved by the BBB at this point. Yeah. In regards to the shades, I take them off sometimes, but I will say it's rather comfy given all the lights that I have in here in the studio. That neon sign is bright. Cliff Licks for 5. Tatiana and She-Hulk returns equals more failure for Burbank. Failure is the medicine for Burbank. More failure equals more cure and leads to Disney's healing. So you're saying, okay, let me see if I follow this. Cliff Licks, who is a phenomenal help here on the channel, believes that they should bring back Tatiana because that would hasten the healing because of the level of failure, which is to say that if you have somebody who is ill but refuses to go to the doctor, perhaps they should break an arm or a leg because then they would go to the doctor and you can take care of both things. Is that the logic we've got here?
I think it's more the question of whether the car keeps breaking down. If it's impossible to fix, is it better to just drive it off a cliff and get it totaled? I would
offer this, Cliff Licks. I'm willing to meet Disney halfway. Don't bring Tatiana back. I know that could be tough. Just give us Acolyte Season 2. Make everybody happy. Everybody, the people who hate Acolyte will be happy. The people who love Acolyte will be happy. We will all be happy with season 2.
May the grift be with you.
The
always.
grift will be with us always. Lauren, you know you can handle it one more time.
Lauren's face.
Come on, man. I'll buy the Tums. I'll buy the Pepsid. You'll be okay.
I was going to say there's a lot of indigestion on one upper corner of the screen here.
Anthony Zappin for 2. Anthony, if your last name is seriously Zappin, you have the coolest last name in the world.
Ever.
Yeah. And Anthony's like, you wouldn't believe how often I hear that, and I'm sick of it now.
Does he have a child named Moon Unit? That's the question.
Maslany is the lead on an Apple TV show. It's bad and sad.
Oh, wait, isn't it like Pleasure Guaranteed or something?
I don't remember the name of it, but
Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed.
There it is.
Yeah. I'll guarantee. I'll guarantee you that gig was acquired based on She-Hulk before She-Hulk went belly up.
Yeah, BBB is Black Belt Barrister, by the way.
Oh. Learning something new. Patrick Anyway for 5. Maslany makes dumb blondes look good. Dogepal for 2. Obsession officially outgrosses Star Wars at the U.S. box office. We'll be talking about that. Maybe tomorrow on the show we'll be talking about that. YouTubers conquered the entire box office for the month of May. YouTubers. Wild. The entire month of May. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, not a blip. YouTubers took over the box office for an entire month. And we told you this was going to happen, but not even I knew it was going to happen that quickly, that soon. We've got Ryan Charlton out there. Remember, for 4 months? How does one get their own theme video? Curious. Well, there's not a hard and fast rule for it, but if we see somebody gifting memberships quite a bit, we'll try to get a clip made over a period of time. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. It depends on what we have to achieve and, what Lauren can get done for us. Lauren, do you do all the clips for us, Lauren?
I do not.
I should probably stop sending those requests to you then. Patrick Anyway for 5. Carrie is exactly right. Plumbers, along with the rest of the trades, are much more connected than actors. Plus, they make bank.
Yes.
I just want to reiterate again, because I made the point poorly. I was not denigrating plumbers or what they do. It's that in thinking of people that I want handling food, I probably don't want the plumber doing that, at least not while he's in office hours, let's say.
Yeah, no, you want the dishwasher to handle the food.
You did not make that point inelegantly. I responded to it inelegantly. I understood what you were saying completely.
Permission for counterpoint.
Shoot.
Plumbers have the difficult job of sometimes unclogging that which was once upon a time food.
Stop.
Yes.
Therefore, Lauren, perhaps the plumber would have an appreciation for why healthy food should be on the table.
That plumber, however, is approaching the question from the standpoint of what is best for the flow of your various plumbing objects, let's say. Whereas I'm more interested in what's going to be tasty and hopefully not poison me. Those are two entirely different disciplines.
I'd like to go on the record as saying my joke is both shorter and funnier than this. But
wow.
All I know is we don't
I
need
find
to be,
that unlikely.
We don't need to be prejudiced against plumbers simply because they advise not eating cheese. That's all I'm saying, okay? All right. Moving along. Space Cowgirl for 199. Power to the Niners. Hugs Pro. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And kindness right back to you. Juliet for 2. Black Belt Barrister. He's on the YouTubes.
There you go.
Right here with us.
We need to team him up with the fake wizard.
Lauren, who knows? Did somebody check out the channel? Black Belt Barrister. Did somebody look it up?
Juliet did, obviously. So, yeah.
How many subs? How many views is Black Belt Barrister?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Those are two very
Can I tell Kara to reach out, or is this going to be like a 20 million subscriber YouTube channel?
Reach out and touch.
Hang on. I'll go do some research.
Research, please. We need to know. The First Dragon Queen for 2. I'll sacrifice sleep to watch Acolyte Season 2 live. Lauren will sacrifice lunch.
Almost a million.
Okay. Still within the realm, though. We can get the barrister on.
Sounds good.
We can get Kara on this.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I've actually seen this guy. He's got some great commentary on things going on in the UK.
Oh, Oh, all right then.
Maybe
All right
Ireland. Then. Maybe in Ireland right now.
Wow. Yeah.
Douglas Nutt for 5. Kind of surprised. Wizards on. Didn't roundhouse an acolyte in his clip, or will that be played to interrupt other clips? All I can tell you is we're not done with real life fake wizard fighting. There's more. He's going to be taking back more land. Just understand that. Bearded Lunatic for 2. Acolyte season 2. This is the way.
Is the way.
For me repaving my driveway. Snarky
Right.
Distinct Nugget for 2. This 85-inch TCL is fantastic. That's right. Look at what you can see with Lorne on that 85-inch screen. Look at him and the beautiful HDR. Lorne, flare up your nostrils. Show them how they can see that now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. That was not the people's eyebrow.
Nostril
I was going to
action.
say, very Spock.
That's right. Welcome to the Pro Show, an 85-inch. Somebody out there is going to be like, I got a 100-inch OLED and I love it. Okay. Well, can you just say and be happy for Snarky Distinct Nugget? You know what?
I'm happy.
Snarky, this is for you. You're watching on an 85-inch. You need to see the Fudge Dora in 3 feet of glory. It's playing. All right, Fudge Doras for everybody. 800 of you joining us right now to find out what's going down in Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, we just talked about Tatiana Maslany. Let's switch it up and let's go to Toy Story and another Disney movie that just might be bombing. Why? Do we see a divide? What's going on? Can we explain it? You betcha we can. Where else would you go to find out what's happening? Let's talk the tale of 2 Disney stories right now. Toy Story 5 is about to be here, and Moana, the live-action movie, is also coming near to theaters, but this could go very differently. The tale of the box office is looking drastically different. From AOL, still around, you've got news. They're hosting comingsoon.net. Nicholas Tan writing this one. It says, Toy Story 5 gets shocking box office forecast. Well, what is the shocking forecast? All right, it tells us Toy Story 5 is coming, Tom Hanks, Buzz Lightyear, blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows that. It's en route to break a box office record for the Pixar series. Now, whoa, that's a big statement because Toy Story is a mega money maker. An early box office forecast for Toy Story 5 has the film now earning $150 million to $175 in its domestic opening weekend from June 19 to June 21. This is a notable increase from a prior prediction last week that had the range going from 130 to 160. Box Office Pro is reporting this. This would put it ahead of Super Mario Galaxy, and this would put it slightly ahead of a Minecraft movie and Lilo and Stitch. For reference, Toy Story 4 did 120, Toy Story 3 did 110. Now, in all fairness, both of those adjusted for inflation probably make more. Toy Story 3 a lot more, but whatever, okay. This is still a big deal that it's going to make 175. And the reason is we expect this to actually do more internationally than domestically. So what does this mean? If this movie makes 175, if Toy Story 5 comes out and does 175 domestically, this thing is headed for a $400 million worldwide opening, a $400 million. Now, we would anticipate what we expect at a Toy Story film, if it's good, and we'll talk about that in a second, that would make a 3X leg out typically. So we're looking at a film that's likely to be in contention for the biggest film of the year at $1.2 billion. That would be the expectation right now, as this is a movie on its way to $1.2 billion. Culture, I know you study these things. You care about the box office deeply. Do you believe that? Do you see that? Are you inclined to say it's not going to do so? $1.2 billion is a lot of money in today's age at theaters, but it looks like Toy Story 5 might go there.
Okay, so a lot of this is going to come down to early word of mouth and revisits of the film. Are people going to want to see a Jesse movie multiple times? You got to ask yourself that, because that's what this is central on. And many of the interviews that have been recently conducted talk about that. Disney is been very ingracious in its approach to Lasseter material. But at the same time, I look at, what other similar properties have done. Can we put this at the same level of Super Mario Galaxy? I don't think so. By the way, what audience is this aiming for? It seems to be abandoning its primary audience. Could it make $1 billion? Would it surprise me? No. Could it make 1.1 billion and put itself in line with a Super Mario Galaxy movie? Hard to say. I think it's possible it could finish short of $1 billion, but
I think I don't think it's going to land in the middle. I think it's going to go one way or the other. And I'll tell you what I think is going to happen here. So I think this may be the first time Disney successfully switches a franchise away from a boy brand to a girl brand. And the reason is Taylor Swift. This song, everybody's going gaga about it. And I was told, well, maybe it's just Taylor's popular and Toy Story is not going to be as popular now. I actually think that there's a better than 50% chance this grabs the Inside Out 2 crowd. And if it does that, then it becomes a girl anthem film. I think that's a possibility. I also think it's possible that it's woke and that the journalists just aren't telling us that yet. And if that's the case and they kind of cobweb Woody and Buzz, it could come in and make $800 million, which I think would be a huge disappointment. But I don't think it's going to sit in the middle. I think this is going one way or the other. This is either going to be in contention for the biggest film of the year at the box office, or it's going to be less than $1 billion and a sad situation for Disney. I
think it won't flop. I can say that pretty confidently.
Yeah, not going to flop. It almost can't flop.
Yeah.
It almost can't because we're going to assume it's got a $250 million spend on it for production, probably $150 for marketing. That's going to put it at an $800 million break even, and it's going to get $800 million.
Well, and Swifties, in the filmish.
It's a genius move to have her come on there and sing the song with Randy Newman. I mean, it's just that was genius marketing.
Yeah, I'm not going to see this film. I think I talked about it in a video. Maybe that's tomorrow. I don't know. But I think
it's your job. What do you mean you're not going to go see it? It's your job to watch these things and review them.
Yeah, because I try to prevent other people's pain. But at a certain point, it's sometimes when you smash your toe, you don't want gangrene.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to send you to this instead. Right. Folks, take a look at what we've got right here. It's the Moana trailer.
Oh, no.
Tale of two films, okay? Box office theory. Sean Robbins is reporting on the live-action Moana, which is not going well. No. It says Moana is latest live action coming out after Toy Story 5, infectious song lineup, animated sequel, online reactions, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. Let's just get to it, okay? So Sean Robbins has the 3-day on Toy Story at 165. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm with that. And he's got the domestic at 516. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Moana, but at 516, if you say the international's more than that, he's right on 1.2 billion as well. All right, let's go down to Moana. Here's the problem. Oh, available pay. Well, I know what it says anyway. All right, Sean, I know what you're saying. Sean Robbins is saying that Moana is going to make about 90 to 105, which puts it right in line with Mandalorian numbers. So Moana's at Mandalorian numbers, and I'll show you this too. The last trailer just came out for Moana, and it's got about half of the responses are dislikes. And it's got to be the fact that this is just terrible, awful CGI. We can't play these things very much. I'm going to try to play this, okay? We got to stay within 5 seconds or else Disney takes all the money. All right, they'll hit us with a copyright. 5 seconds on the clock, 33 seconds, going to 38. Here we go, folks. I'll show you why this movie's getting all this hate. 3, 2, 1.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Got it. We got it, folks. We got it. We got the whole line, and they're not going to get a dime from us. All right, what else we got here from Moana? What else can we show that gives an inclination, an indication? Oh, here we go. He's going to break some rocks. Everybody ready for the rocks? Starting at 39 seconds. We got 5 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
Away, you're welcome. This mission.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to take a hot take here. Carrie, Lauren, Lou, anybody who wants to weigh in, have at it. I think Moana is about to take the profits of Toy Story. I think this is the problem for Disney is that they damaged the Moana franchise. They are using this as a quick cash grab, and I think this is going to be a mega flop. This one is really expensive. The break even's crazy. It's Snow White crazy, and I think the losses on Moana are going to suck away some of the fun of Toy Story.
It's worse than that.
Really?
That's my line. Wow.
Yeah.
I maintain that Toy Story 5 is not going to do as well as you think. It will not be a flop, but I don't think it's going to be $1 billion movie. I don't.
What are you talking about? I said it was going to go one way or the other. Now you're sticking me with the top end.
What I'm telling you is that the audience has been sending a very clear signal to Hollywood this year. They're done with sequels and remakes. They want new original properties, and they don't necessarily want great big expensive blockbusters. I think that the reaction that you're getting is solely to Taylor Swift so far. I don't think Toy Story is necessarily still a draw. And if you think that they're going to successfully pivot to a girl brand for Toy Story and retain the entire audience, you're nuts.
Okay, I don't. I think it goes one way or the other. I think that if the ladies show up for this like they did for Inside Out 2, then it'll do Inside Out 2 numbers. I also think that that's not a given. And the reason I can't say how this is going to go is because I haven't seen the movie yet. Until I see the movie, I can't tell you what's in the movie, and I can't tell you how audiences are going to respond. But I can tell you that qualitatively, Toy Story is going to be a very pretty movie, and it's going to be professionally made with Andrew Stanton. And I can tell you that I'm looking at Moana, and I see something that looks just awful. I mean, it's barely live action. It's mostly CGI, and it's plastic. And I think people are turned off from it. Majorly.
And The Rock looks ancient. Can we say that?
Lou.
He looks positively ancient in these clips.
Just because he's wearing a plastic rubber suit.
And the wig doesn't help either. So,
at this very moment, I am furiously trying to find a paused moment where I can show off just how bad The Rock looks. Lou, keep going. Give me Patter until I can get there.
Well, Patter, let's see. There he is.
Got
there
it.
He is. It's like the old man in the sea, maybe, but
he looks like, who does he? He looks like Fabio. No, I don't know.
He's kind of somewhere between Jay Silverheels and I don't know.
It just doesn't work. Okay, here's why this is going to be uncanny valley time. The Rock lost a lot of weight. He is also, I believe, in his 50s. So when you lose a lot of weight in your 50s, culture is always talking about buccal fat culture. What is that?
It's the stuff that people are cutting out of their cheeks to make them have a more gaunt appearance.
When you're older and you lose a lot of weight, that's one of the places that it leaves. And the problem is The Rock looks older in his facial features in this movie. And yet they've given him a giant muscle rubber suit because he lost a lot of weight, so he can't look like that anymore. They've given him a giant muscle suit that looks like it's 20 years old. So when you couple 50-year-old face with 20-year-old rubber suit body, it's just bizarro world. It's
and
just
Margaret
bizarre.
Hamilton's wig.
The problem is he looks like Aunt Dwayne.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Here it
yeah,
is.
look at this.
Yep. Yeah, it's
It looks
unsolid.
like the next thing he's going to say is, Moana, you go on without me. I'm going to rest right here.
I mean, the bodysuit doesn't look real at all. It doesn't even match his face, like the skin tone.
I like the fact that Big Con is it's like he's a demigod. He doesn't need them.
Hang on a second. I'm zooming in. No nips.
He
You're right.
gave them to Batman.
No nips. I don't know what to say.
I just have a question. You said this is a very expensive movie to make.
Very.
But the CGI looks so cheap.
Yep.
And I was looking at an old Disney. I was looking at Mary Poppins recently, and the animation in Mary Poppins looks better from
So,
the 60s.
this is
What are they
why-
spending all the money on?
Okay, so when they make a movie like Lion King, where it is supposed to be photorealistic CGI, it's really expensive. It's super expensive, and so they're living in the worst of both worlds. It's live action, so they have all the costs of paying for The Rock to be there, and to have the actors there, and to have all of the camera crew there, and they have all the costs of making a photorealistic CGI movie because essentially these actors are just stuck in this world that is 90% the same as cartoon Moana, but with a different lighting, and textures that are supposed to be more realistic. So you're coupling together two films into one, and it's just an extremely expensive process.
I am looking it up, and they say they don't know specifically what he got paid for this, but, quote, the project is part of a series of record-breaking payments, with industry reports indicating his recent income has reached over $50 million per film.
I'd like some of that, please, Mr.
So
Rock.
you want to know where the money went? It went to the guy before they put the funny suit on him and the funny wig. So,
well, for $50 million, I'd put on a giant muscle bodysuit that doesn't match my face.
A worse wig for $50 million. Hell, I'll make you a deal. I'll do it for $25 million. Okay.
That's right. They told him, they said, there's no nipples on this suit. He said, hey, give me another $1 million. I'll get in it. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody here on the panel think that Toy Story is going to flop?
No, not flop. And I'm not trying to say that it's going to be a disaster. I'm just saying that I don't think that it still has the same pull that it had in the first movies. I think that it's probably going to be a declining property.
We have a 30-year separation, so the number of tickets being sold, I agree with you. The number of tickets will be fewer. I don't know necessarily how much that's going to affect the bottom line. So when it comes to Toy Story, 30 years, plus the quorum numbers are kind of concerning for me because only about 51% of the people surveyed are interested in seeing it in theaters, are willing to pay to go see it in theaters.
There's another thing we haven't talked about with Toy Story, which is one of the reasons that I think it may impact the box office, and that is that a number of the actors that played the secondary characters are no longer with us.
Yes.
And you've got Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and Joan Cusack all sounding much older, and I think that's going to impact the audience perception.
Did you see Joan on the red carpet?
I did.
I won't say anything about it. How's that?
She stepped away from acting for 6-7 years, maybe longer, because she wanted to live a normal life.
She seems like a lovely lady. The cadence of her speech,
it's odd. Yeah,
is different than it was. There you go. All right, so we'll see, folks. This is the other variable in Toy Story, and Lauren is exactly right. One of the things I cannot say until we see the film is, if they sound geriatric, then change everything that I've said about Toy Story. That will be very off-putting, and it doesn't have a 3X leg out, right? I don't think that Tim Allen and Tom Hanks are going to do that, but I worry about some of the other actors, right? So we'll see. We'll see. But it's a tale of two films, folks. Moana looking like it very well could lose them Snow White money. Toy Story, a better bet. But you tell us, which way is it going to go, and how many billions go which way, which go down, which goes up? We'd love to hear from you, folks. Share your thoughts right now.
I don't know what's thinner. Is it tissue paper or Lauren's hair this evening? It's kind of an immaculate thing to discover, if you will, to look at his face and think, wow. I can't really look at your face because the lack of hair up top is distracting.
Speaking of thin-skinned, this wouldn't be in reaction to what I said in the private chat when you popped in, was it? Would it be?
Not at all. Why, what on earth could you have said that would make me go, I need to be thin-skinned?
I quote, oh no.
Yeah, that's really not like that, unique.
How are those wings coming along?
Oh, well, I mean, they're coming along. Hi, Culture.
Hey, what's up, Weldon?
How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm great. I've gotten to hang out with Carrie Smith, one of my favorite people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has she fixed her raccoon situation?
I don't know. You know what? You should ask her if she there she is.
Oh, Carrie. Okay, now that you're here,
I'm gonna hide from you behind this.
It's like you're trying to hide your identity with your identity.
I'm gonna hide from you attacking me about the raccoon in my house.
Yeah, well, okay. So here's the good news. Okay, so next to Floral's house, there's an empty house. That empty house continually gets raccoons in it. So it's kind of a great irony.
Raccoons are interesting, fascinating creatures. They just don't belong in a person's home. And it was okay for me to unhouse them. Make them unhoused.
Have you not seen like that video of that Mexican guy feeding a little raccoon that was like nestled in his arms like a baby, and it just kept eating Cheetos out of the bag?
I don't believe any of those videos anymore. I think they're AI.
That's definitely wasn't AI.
You don't like trash pandas, huh? You could unhouse them in California rather easily.
I like the videos now that they have where the animal comes back and says thank you. Have you noticed that the shorts now, the AI that they save the baby animal and you think it's real until the end, and then the mother animal and all the baby animals all come back to the place where they were saved, and they like bow, like little ducklings bow, and it's like, okay, but for somebody somewhere, and some older people too, they're full in with it, man. They love it, and they click the like button and swipe, and here comes more of it.
I think it's very realistic when you see like the crocodiles that are eating like deer, just deer in the middle of Africa.
What is going on with your algorithm?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
What kind of tormented soul are you that is popping up in your shorts feed?
Well, normally
crocodiles.
It's like, hey, here's a crocodile eating a tortoise. Hey, here's a crocodile eating a hippo. Here's a crocodile eating a zebra. Here's a hippo eating a crocodile. Like there's so many things of crocodiles and eating. It's just there's the world of African imagination. It's all there.
Well, I recently had a life-changing, harrowing experience as a deer and a coyote tried to kill me in a car.
That was a Looney Tunes cartoon. You were high on something. You ate fermented purple potatoes.
Okay, well then, so Marvin
vodka, as they call it.
Marvin experienced the same thing at the same time.
Shared hallucinations are a real thing when the entire party is
out of the car and they're like, bees.
High off of purple potato fermented fumes.
Okay.
I told you not to put those on the plane.
Wilton actually said something funny.
I know, wasn't it great? He did it for once. He did it for once. You did it. You little troll, you did it. And he didn't even know it. Look, he's trying to figure out what he said.
Whatever. Welcome to the world, folks.
What did you say? Wilton, tell us what was funny. What did you say that was funny?
I made a reference to Tommy Boy.
And was it funny, Lauren?
It was funny.
Okay.
Commander Cody, the time has come, homie. Execute Order 66. I'm still alive, motherfucker.
All right, it's time for the part of the show where we put the superstars up on the screen. Wilton, would you like to read these for us since we'll be sending you on your way and bringing Steve on? Would you like to read the super chats?
Well, let's get my moment. Sure. All right.
All right. I'm going to give you a challenge, okay?
Okay.
I want you to try to be funny again, at least one more time.
Okay.
I know.
Challenge.
I know this is hard. Okay. All right. Just checking.
You're asking a lot for a being with a single brain cell.
True that. All right, Amoeba Man, get to it. Let's go.
Neo 51274 two somethings. BBB is Daniel Shen Smith, and he's very good. Daniel Shen Smith, as opposed to.
Yeah, you just doxed a YouTuber with almost 1 million viewers. So prepare for the legal work. That's you. Go ahead, keep reading.
That was a YouTuber?
Probably.
Okay.
Hope you got a good attorney. I got Ron Coleman. Who you got, troll?
Is that the equivalent of my attorney can beat up your attorney?
No, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I actually tried to appeal to Ron, and I sent him a music video saying, I want you to want me. And
I can't imagine why he didn't respond to you.
Actually, he laughed. He thought it was great. So then he didn't go for it. So
don't go dissing my lanceman.
All right, that's 2, folks. He was funny twice. He's on a roll. Best he's ever had in one night.
All right, let's see what we got.
I want you to watch. Go ahead.
Douglas Nut for $2 says, Moai's defeated ver is more fitting. What?
He meant Maui, certainly.
I'm trying to read. Okay.
Maui. It's Maui, troll.
Well, I know it's Maui.
You
but I was
uncultured
reading it.
felt.
I was reading it.
Go ahead. Maui defeated.
Okay, fine. You want me to? Okay, but here's the thing. That's 3. All right. Maui's defeated version of his theme is more fitting.
Good job. You read it.
Thank you. John's 9652 for $5 says, Rock kind of looking like Danny Trejo. That's.
Did you say?
Only without
that was almost very bad.
All right, folks. It was a good time with the troll.
Oh boy!
All right, that's 4 times. That's 4 times you were funny, but the 4th time doesn't count because you didn't even mean to. Go ahead, keep going.
Actually, the irony was I was going to try and read it right, and then I was like, nope. And then, all right. Patrick Gunaway 89. Oh, what's with people in numbers? For $5 says, what have they done with The Rock? It's more like, what's The Rock done with The Rock?
I think you have to sing it. What have they done with The Rock, Ma? What have they done with The Rock? They put him in a wig and a plastic suit.
And then
never
jumped him in
mind
the
what
sock.
it did to his rock, Ma.
And did
Maybe
you call
they're
him?
paying him in drachma.
Did you call him Patrick Gunaway? Get it right, troll.
Okay. Cliffix for $5. You laughed. You.
Clifflicks for 5. What percentage of this movie was shot indoors versus outdoors under real sunlight? It just looks dreamy, weird, and unnatural. Use real Hawaii instead.
Yeah.
It's not like
they
Hawaii's.
They did go shoot over in Hawaii, too, so it kind of makes you wonder.
Just enough to say they did. Cherokee Bear for 2. Wilton, what was it like being with Jay-Z?
Okay, so.
You know what? No, too risky. John for 5. CC, that's Culture Casino Pro, might be onto something. I bet some folks would buy Violet vodka from you.
Yes.
I mean, if Snoop and others can have their liqueurs.
Let's do it. I'm all about it. Look, I come from a family of vintners. I have done my own distilling. I think I can take a lesson from a company I recently visited. So yeah, let's make some vodka.
Yeah.
Wilton, have you ever imbibed the bubbly?
Like soap?
I know that's never touched your lips nor your skin.
Correct. That's why I'm winning.
Oh, somebody else had a good idea in the chat too. We could call it CC's Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
You don't think the artist formerly known as Purple might sue you for that?
No, but his estate might.
Yeah.
Patrick is out there for 5. OT, an enterprising creator, has created some shorts called Liminal Lullabies. It puts Looney Tunes characters like Bugs Bunny in the back rooms.
Oh, wow.
I like the alliteration on Liminal Lullabies.
Me too.
What's OT?
Lauren, I'm sure it was very prescient.
Yeah, everything you said was great.
I just want to point out that he likely wouldn't sue anyway, because like the vodka the culture would be preparing, he is also fermenting.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm reminded of that Monty Python song about decomposing composers.
Bach.
Well, we're just falling to pieces in this show right now, folks. Yeah. Cry your eyes out, but we got to keep going. Hey, Wilton.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
Yeah, it's time to read another super chat because it just came in for $1.99.
Oh, man.
Irate Specialist for $1.99 says hashtag Steve was right. Hashtag justice for Ricky.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
You went full retard, man.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Now, the minute it looks like there's gonna be trouble, we got to nip it. Nip it in the bud.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're very desperate with those.
Do you need any more clips to explain to you just how wrong this is, Wilton?
You know what? Dehoming a raccoon, that's personal.
Dehoming?
Dehoming.
Come on, how do you not
Did you
know
learn that on the streets?
Of course I learned that on the streets.
What up, my D-homies?
Unhoused raccoons.
I was given $50 to collect for like and to pass along $50 to homeless guys in California. So Toad 7,999 says just for Lauren's joke.
There you go.
Good job, Lauren.
By the way, my favorite ride is still Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and it is still the only it's still missing from Florida. Very angry about that.
I just put a clip up of Bob Gurr explaining about how since the studio prop department designed it, nothing would hold up under daily use, and he had to go through and re-engineer the whole ride.
I am rate specialist for $4.99. Says Pro is overcompensating after Steve proved him wrong.
But you didn't.
Of course I didn't. Steve did.
Steve didn't either.
He was the closest. He won.
Being the closest doesn't mean that we gave you credit and you still trying to turn this into a grift. We said you got the closest, but you still were not right. And you have still turned this into a mob. You've tried to dogpile the pro show.
Okay, can I just test something right now? This is a working theory that we need to figure out.
I'd like to find out if your wings work and if we can send you up in the sky.
Carrie. So you need to keep track of this, okay? So on the panel,
don't let him.
Let's say no. You can pull down irate super chat. Oh, hashtag Steve was right. There you go. See, Captain Nemo is a winner because
make your pitch, troll. What do you got?
Okay, finish your thought.
Okay, Carrie. So you can't comment. Now, gentlemen, if let's say you were on an airliner and the pilots were both deposed for whatever reason, maybe they were shot or blown up.
Indisposed.
No, we're not
deposed. No. There was a mutiny by the crew, and they were voted out of their positions.
Well, I was going to say
mid-flight, no less.
Either way, they've been removed. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Thesaurus. We really got it that time, didn't we? Go ahead with your big fancy words. Tell us more of the story.
What guys on this plane think that they could receive the instructions from the call center to find out if they could land the plane?
All the way from India?
I just want to point out that on my desk there is an A-10 Warthog flight stick and throttle. So...
Yeah, but airliners don't fly like the A-10, unfortunately.
Perhaps not, but I'm betting that of all of us, none of the rest of you.
I imagine you in the airliner cockpit going, making that buzzing sound.
Wilton, I've got 30 minutes of Microsoft Flight Simulator under my belt. I'm feeling pretty darn good.
Wilton, I have an unfair advantage.
I play Grand Theft Auto all the time, and I'm constantly raiding the military base. So I think I'm
exactly.
Okay.
And my little brother was a airline captain, and I've picked up a few pointers over the years.
Plus, I slept in a Holiday Inn Express, right?
No, he was going to say it.
Right.
He was going to say
so
it.
Just so you know, Carrie, here's the thing: 50% of men actually do believe they could, with the proper instructions, land a plane.
What does this have to do with anything? We have over 800 people tuning in to find out what's going on with Hollywood, and you're asking theoretical questions about landing a plane.
And you're talking about pirates tipping the black spot to the pilots in the middle of the flight. I don't think that you're qualified to talk about flight. You're applying naval maritime traditions to a modern airliner.
Oh, tufted one. What is the point of it all?
Dude, it's the internet.
You seriously had no objective in this. You were just going to wing it until you found your way to wherever we go.
Well, yeah, because of all the wing references from previous shows.
Boy. Last time we bring this guy on.
He is a troll.
Yeah.
It's true. And I'm beautiful.
Floundering. Not gonna make
Space
it.
Cowgirl, if you wanna ride, come and take a ride. Okay, so hashtag let it go, Steve. You were off, except not very, very much.
Don't think.
Wilton stuff at underofrock.fun. Hashtag Griff.
If I get demonetized on this for Let It Go and it's you singing this badly, I'm going to be so underwhelmed.
Bro, at what point did you totally lose control? That's what I'd like to know.
Oh, I could tell you when somebody joined. BBTs, G, Crush. No, you're done. 499 Pro, stop Pino Wilton. He's a gift to the English the English language. Also, apparently, he's a professional model, a before model, but nonetheless a model.
Wow.
Detail is out there for 199. 1995 U.S. pup kids, 70 million. Adults, 193 million. 2026, 70 million. Population for the kids, 277 million for the grown-ups.
For the record, as a Canadian, I read that completely different because I saw 1995, us pop kids, 70 meters to adults, 193 meters. 2026, 70 meters versus 277 meters.
It's a tall ask to get you to read a super chat.
It's almost a kilometer.
Irate specialist for 199. Steve could land that plane rider.
It's true. It's true.
John Maynard for 1999. Hashtag Steve. Oh no, there is a mutiny on the high seas. Steve was right. Wilton is always funny. No, John, what are you doing to us? Oh, he's gone. Oh, we lost a little troll. That's so sad.
The pirate shares his treasure with you. Know that it came at a cost, even from the likes of someone such as Captain John Maynard.
I'm back.
Lady Gamester for 199. Wings for Wilton. Now, this is a cause that I support.
Really?
Because, of course, Wilton, if you get wings, I'm hoping that you'll just fly and rise and go all the way to the sun.
Is this your attempt to make it sound like I'm Icarus?
Yes.
An icky Icarus.
Wait. Are we going to be talking about the Odyssey next?
Oh, no.
No, this is your
shocked
Odyssey.
That you would actually get a Greek mythological reference. That is
amazing.
impressive.
I'm a freaking troll, dude.
It's why every time you're on the show,
You're
it's why when you're on the show, we feel like we're all Sisyphus.
Not that stupid. I mean,
Sisyphus. Let's see here. We've got Cyril.
That's who. I get it now, Pro. That's who Elliot Page is playing.
Oh,
Sisyphus.
No, we're all we're the audience is
the cousin of syphilis.
No, I don't think so.
I'm just fitting into the super chat. I'm sorry.
I just keep pushing the rock up the hill.
Just read the super chat. It's yours.
Is it Wilton's rule to strap rockets to the show and launch it off the rails? I was reading between my fingers.
Hey, Wilton.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you the spotlight for a minute. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And when the spotlight's over, I don't want this to sound mean or harsh.
Okay.
But I don't want you to be here anymore.
What are you saying?
Bring us Steve, Wilton.
Things are going down the crapper. It's not good for investors. It's not just one bad decision. You're getting a golfing tree in. Dang it, Bob! Your spending's been illegal. Your leadership is fatal. We expect more leaks and rumors. Makes no sense hiring. Disney is so unstable. What's the profitability timetable? It's time to fire Iger. This is just another Budweiser. Dang it, Bob!
Look out, folks. It's the Paul Revere's, except, well, no, not in the rearview mirror. They actually are going the wrong way. The journos are coming. The journos are coming, and they are telling you a warning. Hey, companies, don't you dare stop Pride Month. Here it is from USA Today. Jessica Goyen. You know what? That's the best I got. Jessica is writing this one. These brands deserted Pride Month. It could cost them. Now, why would Jessica write this? Of course, I believe it is to spotlight these brands and make them sit in the stockades. We got to shame them and make them change their ways. Here's what it says. Levi Strauss & Company's Pride Collection celebrates queer motorcycle clubs as the community protectors who became symbols of strength, safety, and solidarity. A non-binary artist, Alva Skog, created a collection of rainbow clothing and gear, including a camping chair for REI. Apple has a Pride-themed Sport Loop watch band and Pride wallpaper. Abercrombie & Fitch, Made with Pride lineup, is accompanied by a $400,000 donation to such things. But this year's Pride Month still has far less rainbow bling and fewer corporate sponsorships. Pride Month has suffered corporate defection since stuff emerged in the culture war flashpoint And the Trump administration cracked down on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. With support for these kinds of issues shrinking, folks, get ready. It's time for the journos to call out who is fleeing. And of course, they highlight the Go Woke, Go Broke backlash, Bud Light, Harley-Davidson, and Le Target. They call it Target. But I dare say, USA Today, you forgot Jaguar. It says, but that approach can have consequences too. And here's what it's trying to tell you. It says 77% of LGBTQ plus shoppers said they would pay more for a brand that meaningfully supports the people and issues that they agree with, according to new data from the Harris poll provided exclusively to USA Today. Okay? Neato. Now, my understanding is it's only about 10% of the population or less that identify in this way. So if 77%, you're talking about 7% of the population. I don't know that that's going to move the needle for these corporations, but let's keep going. Even when budgets are tight, nearly 3/4 of this 10% or less said they are likely to stick with brands that support causes or communities they care about. When a brand pulls back, that's a red flag for these shoppers, 42% of whom said they trust it less. That's a minority of the 10% or less. And 38% look for another brand. That's a very small minority of an already minority. The survey of nearly 5,000 U.S. adults, including more than 1,000 consumers of this variety, found a more muted approach to pride may soften public blowback, but it also risks alienating customers who expect companies to stick up for their values. Here's a quote from Tim Osiecki, Director of Leadership and Trends at the Harris Poll. LGBTQ plus consumers are telling us that they notice when brands pull back, they can tell when support feels performative, and many change how they shop when support disappears. The problem here is, and then they go on to talk about the companies and they're, blah, 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 blah. The deal here is, we're still dealing with numbers that look big until you realize it's like 6 or 7% of the population we're talking about here. When we're talking about a minority of a minority that responds this way. So I don't think that they're getting their way with this. I don't think the journos are succeeding. As we have talked about here on the show, support for Pride Month seems to be dropping. Even searches for Pride on Google are in decline. And that's not all. We also have been watching as young people, according to polls, are less interested in celebrating and supporting Pride. Entertainment companies are essentially all gone and out of this. Universal, the best they could muster was some sort of vague references to a rainbow, but Disney's out of it. The sports leagues are still in it. But Steve, it seems like the journos now, they've noticed nobody is shouting back at us and saying, you're wrong, Pride's stronger than ever. Nobody's doing that. They all agree with this. Now they're just angry. So, Steve, does this have any effect on the companies when they hear that a minority of LGBTQ plus IA plus negative greater than sign respondents will change the way they purchase, a minority of them?
Well, the thing that I was actually just looking up as you were talking is I was wondering, because the question that I have is, what have we seen since like Pride and all that kind of stuff has become like a big thing? What have sales drops been for just rainbow products in general, if there have been? And so now this is just full disclosure. I just did this into Grok. Promo products, searches and corporate scaling back. Searches for Pride related promotional products dropped over 50% from 2023 peaks through early 2025 data, hitting the lowest level since 2021. This reflects broader corporate pullback on Pride specific items. And so people just don't care. And that's the thing that we're seeing. So if the people don't care, that means that there's no value in actually changing anything. So
right. Well, one of the things we've seen, Steve, is like at Disney World, they in the past they'd put out all of this merchandise, all of this rainbow
and
merchandise.
It sits.
Well, it goes. What we found out is it gets dumped. It gets dumped at what's the name of the place culture? The Cast
Connection.
Cast Connections. I started to say collections. I knew that was right. Cast Connections, where it's like discounted, 80% off, and they try to just get anybody to take it. And then if it doesn't work there, it goes to flea markets in Florida, and it sits there. So eventually it makes its way to landfills. This was also always virtue signaling. Let me show you a stat real quick out of this article, and then keep going, Steve. But the article, the same thing that's trying to make this argument, says at the same time the customer base is growing. Gallup estimates that almost. Hang on. I'll tell you what that means. Almost 1 in 10 U.S. adults identify as lesbian, gay. these other things, or something other than heterosexual. Higher than readings of 7% between 2021 and 2023, and more than double the share in 2012. Which, because of the plus sign, it can literally mean anything between they don't have an attraction to anybody else, or it can mean that they believe they're a pony. Like anything in that spectrum lands there. But folks, pay attention to that. Almost 1 in 10, okay, which is higher than 7%. You know what that means? It's either 8% or 9%, because 7%, we got to go higher, but it's not 10%, so it's either 8 or 9. So out of the 8 or 9%, remember it was 38% said they would not like it if a brand chose to back out of this, which is 3% of the total population. Yet we have a full article, shouting like these are big numbers.
Well, because the thing that I was looking into and trying to specifically find is, did this impact rainbow sales just in general, right? So thinking of like kids products, right? Erasers, whatever else. And basically the summary that it's giving, and again, full disclosure, I haven't verified any of this, but just the quick generic search is that companies are being very intentional about when these months roll around, like especially like Target or Walmart or whatever, they actually start to hide some of that product for marketed towards kids, because they've experienced that backlash in the past. And so people don't buy this stuff. They don't actually support it. That's why we've talked about this millions of times, right? The movies that have this as a thrust in kids movies, they always end up tanking in some way, shape, or form. Because horribly. People might with their words vocalize that they're supportive of all this stuff, but their wallets are not there. And where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so we're not seeing the actual heart behind this. It's not something that people actually value. It's not something they cherish. It's not something that people in general are actually supportive of, while they just want to be left alone and don't care what you do with your life, but they don't actually support it. And so when people grandstand, it actually just turns people further away from a brand. That's why, and I think that article mentioned it, or I just remembered it, is like Harley Davidson versus Indian motorcycles. Like there was an ad that just came out, and Indian motorcycles just basically took Harley Davidson to the mat about being like all about actual motorcycles and creating a product that motorcycle enthusiasts will actually enjoy.
Well, do you remember Jaguar put out the woke ad after the Bud Light stuff? Do you remember that?
That was years ago, right?
What, last year?
Was it last year?
This year, Jaguar had to report that they had a 99% drop in profits. 99%. So of course these companies, and then you got USA Today trying to pretend these are huge numbers and what the potential backlash could be. I don't think these companies are listening at all. Carrie, do you remember what sunk Target?
What Target?
Do you remember what sunk Target, the retail chain?
No, I don't.
It was the little kids' bathing suits.
Yeah.
The swimsuits that were supposed to help biological boys hide the fact that they're biological boys, built into the swimsuit.
So disgusting. Pushing that on children. People are tired of this, to Steve's point. If you look at studies, it's pretty interesting with surveys. We have been for the past, 40, 50 years on a steady incline. It's the support for gay marriage, for the quote unquote LGBT community kept growing until we hit like over 70 something percent in favor of gay marriage, and saying
and then the plus sign.
Everything got added on the past few years. Since 2022, it's fallen off like 10 percentage points, and they don't understand what they're doing. Like I get some of these people pushing this woke religion in my comments and using vile language, filthy language, calling everyone phobes, trying to force what amounts to religious beliefs on people. And it's like, if you keep doing this, do you understand it's not working? Do you understand that people your support has been declining for the past 4 years, 10 percentage points? Like keep it up if you want to see.
It's a terrible strategy for them. Terrible strategy. And yet you've got these journos who have no idea what they're talking about, trying to pretend that there's a real danger for the companies. The real danger was in being highly associated with this, as it got hijacked by the plus. That plus sign, man, is a problem for everybody out there who is of that persuasion. The plus sign lets everybody into that group, and then good luck figuring out, what it is. It's so amorphous now you don't even know. And that's why you've got people in there who, pretend they're dolphins, right? They're flapping around outside campuses trying to find a sea mackerel or something. And welcome to the plus. Welcome to the plus. You're in, I guess. Panel, I don't think the corporations are coming back anytime soon. I really don't. I don't think there's going to be a rebound next year.
I think that maybe political leadership might have some effect over it, but I also believe that with this year, this June, we've marked another point in the road where this is continuing to dwindle. It started back in 2022 when these branding efforts for this month specifically started to be greatly reduced, and from 2024 to 2025, it was already being widely reported that approximately a 39% decrease in major corporations leaning into rainbow branding.
Yeah, I don't think.
And you've got to remember, this doesn't just stand all by itself. The same people that are into this are into all of the rest of the left woke panoply of positions. And a very interesting thing happened just the other day. Texas now has more Fortune 500 companies headquartered there than California or New York or New Jersey. So if they're moving at that expense, it tells you something about their attitude towards all of this, right?
I think so. It's also like looking at this on the screen, what you have here, these brands, the headline you were reading from, these brands deserted Pride Month, that could cost
It's all the companies, by the way. I mean, the ones that are listed, Carrie, we've looked this up. There are so few companies. It's basically all of them. They've listed almost all of them in this. Like there was a website that tried to list them out, and they were listing out things like Southern Cringe or something. I don't even remember now, but it's Bitter Southerner or something. It was like a magazine. They were desperately trying to find 10 companies still participating.
Well, the ones that still are participating are filthy and vile. The ones who are just completely given over to degeneracy. I don't know if you guys saw the HelloFresh ad that everyone's been talking about.
Oh, yeah. And then Blue Apron screwed that up too.
Yeah, and speaking of your point earlier, Lauren, that's a food company that chose to do a Pride ad associated with sexual degeneracy and the bathroom. I'll put it in the best terms I can. Yeah, and so it's sort of like you don't want a food company doing ads that make you think of, it was just gross all around.
Steve's proud of me.
Yeah. What? Oh, sorry, did I miss it?
No. See, and the purely financial question is, take HelloFresh. How many of their existing customers had no clue that they had this point of view and will turn them off versus however many they think are going to turn them on, pardon the expression, because they did this? I would suspect that the numbers are not in their favor in that department.
Little pro step in for a minute and dissuade anybody of believing the corporations are good and kind and they just, this time they can't do it, okay? Let me show you the cynicism that sits inside my soul. I think that the corporations, up until about 2 years ago, they saw Pride Month as Christmas 2.0. They saw young people, even if they weren't a part of this, they wanted to support this. And so they would buy the stuff. And they thought, oh, goody, it's a whole month. And there's a month leading up to it. And we'll figure out a way to get pride trees in the house. Like we'll get rainbow trees in the house. And they saw this. I really believe they saw this as Christmas, bigger than Easter. This was Halloween level. And that's why the corporations got in. And as soon as the money went away, the companies went away. And now you can sit there and say, oh, company, you're going to regret this. They don't care. They just want money. It was always about money. And as soon as the algorithm inside the culture changed and the money went away, the companies went away.
Yeah.
So it's not Valentine's Day?
Well, in a certain way. In a certain way. It's a dandy of a day, folks. Thank you for coming our way. We're having a good time. We got one more story on the docket. We're going to rock it because it's all we know how to do. Let me get some super chats, and then we're going to say farewell to two of our panelists as they get ready to do a killer show tonight. And you'll be joining them in a mosh pit of anti-misery. Get ready for that. Irate Specialist for 199 for the Wilton-only Rings of Power watch party.
I hate you, Irate.
Come on. Come on. Heal the eardrum.
Sensitive spot.
Heal the eardrum.
What? Okay, you know how? Okay, so I've tried twice doing Rings of Power reviews, and I could get 3 episodes in, and I just couldn't do it. Like
I'm going to make this a priority to promote on the Lord of the Flies show.
You know how you guys have like financial milestones in order to have these things actually happen. If I'm gonna be punished,
how much, big boy?
How much?
How much? How much can your soul be purchased for?
Wow.
See, I was thinking a solid 1,000 US. I would do it.
To watch Rings of Power.
I think we can make that happen.
So,
this seems achievable to me.
Folks, if you want to send in $1,000 to the Pro Channel, a portion will go over to Steve as he watches.
Yeah,
a portion.
I
just want to remind
it's got to go
everybody.
into my PayPal. That's the.
I want to remind everybody.
This isn't a Google thing.
Steve copyright claimed.
Oh, that's right.
Music clip on this channel.
And yes, told me to play it. Play it, Pro. Play it. It'll be fine. It'll be. And then minutes after we finished the video,
that's not how that went.
He copyright claimed me
Because it didn't happen just there either. It also impacted the Lord of the Apollo video. It got him. You got me too. So
how would I get you there?
Some of those copyright claims are automatic. My husband, if I play his music, sometimes I get a copyright claim.
Correct.
Don't give him an out. Don't give him an out. He planned it all.
I told Pro, I said, I don't play it because I copyrighted it. And then you played it.
Listen to little Amanda Stenberg over there.
I want to remind everybody that I have endured much for you, and you have paid us to do so.
From who? Me or from Steve?
No. I'm reminding the chat that they have forced me to watch many execrable. Let's call them movies, I guess.
Execrable?
And execrable, yes, that is a word. Look it up.
I'm just writing it down.
Yeah.
Is that related to the word excrement?
That's a good Scrabble word.
I suspect that they share a certain etymology, yes. Now,
I'm going to say probably same etymology as excruciating.
There's a single syllable word that can be used, but go ahead, sir.
In any case, if you would now like to pay me back for all the suffering that you have inflicted upon me throughout the years, this would be an excellent time to do so.
FloralFromUnderRock@gmail.com. That's the PayPal link, and that's where it's going to go.
This is what we're up to
Google
now.
ain't taking the 30%.
I would suggest that we need a third party to collect the funds because I don't trust you to accurately report them.
He would tell you that he's only got 500 after he passed 2,000.
I would operate with complete integrity.
You have forced children to swallow live fish. Don't even.
I didn't force them. It was a game. They had
peer
to tell them
pressured
if they wanted to win, they had to swallow the goldfish. That was.
Have the Mounties knocked on your door yet?
No, this is beyond statute of limitations.
But who's counting, right?
Just for the record, guys, it comes from the word in Latin "excrebilis," meaning to curse.
Really?
Yes, occasionally we used to describe something so fundamentally evil or offensive that it was viewed as accursed or deserving of formal denouncement.
Yeah, utterly detestable is another way to say it.
But wait a minute, does excrement come from that word as well?
They don't say anything about that, but then that's the internet for you.
Because then what that would mean is that excrement is literally a cursed thing which has exited the body.
Well, I would think the exit part is where the excrement comes from.
I see. All right.
It's excrement. It used to be crement.
Oh,
whatever that is.
Whatever it is. Don't eat the crement. BBT G Crush 421 for 199. Wilton has the chest hair of Magnum PI.
It's true. Just doesn't have the.
And he wants it back.
Little shirt.
You should give it back to him. Give Tom his hair back, please. John for 5, less backlash for abandoning Pride than what that one company did, advertising bowel emptying menus to better prep for certain activity. Yeah. That's Brown Apron.
That was the ad I was mentioning before. It's horrible.
Yeah, well, they got plenty of backlash. Then Blue Apron screwed up the response. They could have really lifted their company, but hey, when you're busy virtue signaling, why take a chance at getting giant market share all of a sudden? Yeah, you know. Boot Demon for 2, like when Pro says, amaze, amaze, amaze. Stole it from a famous celebrity this summer. England DG for 5, I have a great business idea. Let's pay China. Who doesn't like Alphabets to make a bunch of merch junk to sell to Alphabets, but doesn't sell? Wait a tick. Puck, P-U-C-K, YouTube for 10. I work for a giant financial company, and my corporate screensaver has a pride flag. Our internal sites have lots of pride stuff like lunch with queens. Public-facing site like Pride, unless you look. Yes, that's because these departments still exist inside of these companies. It is their job to do this. And as long as they're still there, they're going to do that. And as long as people are afraid that they'll get fired for pushing back, it'll still be there on your screens.
But it's because who's going to complain more? The people who hate it or the people that love it if they have what's taken away from them?
Which is execrable.
DG for 5, when Captain EO was at Walt Disney World, Kiddo and I got the rainbow shirts at the Georgia Aquarium, and some old white lady stopped and complimented her for being proud. Yeah, the old Epcot stuff looks that way, but it was before that way came along.
Yeah.
Patrick Ganaway with the uber cool Dogo for 5. Look at the example of Le Target when they were selling the stuff-specific clothing. Sales started to tank, leading Target to pull the stuff off the shelves. Yep, it was the swimwear that got them. England DG for 5, it was insulting. Kiddo is mixed black. This boomer hippie out of nowhere says to my kiddo she should feel great about being Alphabet, not knowing that it's Captain EO. Well, you should have had just have your daughter next time say, and look, this is Michael Jackson stuff.
We're sending out a miracle. This is our message to you.
We're sending out a miracle. Detail for 199. You know what, Steve? This is yours.
Tucci friendly swimwear was adult sizes.
Stanley Tucci?
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. It would be funny to say it that way.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
Yep. Patrick, get away for 5. Only a $1,000 for Steve.
I did specify
chump change
USD into my PayPal.
He won't take Canadian anymore.
He's smart because it's worth like 35 cents.
There's okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so this is the reality in which I live on YouTube, right? So if people give in US dollars, what you give to me is what I get Canadian because YouTube takes off the 30%. That's also the exchange rate. So I rate
for 199. Steve uses the same account as Bricks and Mini Twins.
Oh no.
I wish. You know how much money I'd have right now?
They sued their own dad for $2 million.
John for 5, don't think that caveat is going over well, Steve. I know it wouldn't work with my wife. Honey, if you want to win, ... And then Wilton's dad is back for 2. Ooh, I know how to get Steve that 1,000 buckaroos. How do you get Steve those
How do you do
buckaroos?
it? I want to know.
Steve would like to know. I want to know about the buckaroos. All right, I want to know what Lou and Culture Casino have for us when we redirect to them in just a few with the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you. Guys, what are you talking about tonight? Besides,
I don't know, but I never do. Culture
that's
just
right.
springs it on me.
What's the joke, though, Lou? You're going to tell a joke. It's not the moth joke.
All right. Lady buys a parrot.
No, you gotta save it. No, you gotta save it. Just,
save it for
is
the
it the
show.
parrot joke? Is that what we called it?
It's a plumber joke. It's
plumber
a parrot
joke. Okay. It's a
we're
plumber
gonna
joke.
Because of this joke, when we bought my father a parrot, he named it Plumber.
Oh,
That's
I
how
see.
powerful it is. So there you go.
We're going to talk
First
a little
name
bit.
Christopher.
We're going to talk a little bit about the wasted opportunities on the upcoming Batman Part 2. We're going to talk about the potential box office fail that is Spielberg's anti-Christian film, apparently. I didn't realize it was anything other than about aliens. I don't know what that was.
The
about.
viewership on that video I did shocked me. I didn't think people were going to be interested in.
Are a little upset. I mean,
yeah.
A
lot of interest in that.
We're going to talk about something that I know that's near and dear to Lou's heart. Layoffs coming at Xbox. I think that's going to be fun. I knew you'd laugh. And then
Can't imagine why.
We're going to talk about CAA and TPG forming a $250 million holding company so they can hire people like Carrie Smith. I think that'd be good. And AMC is postponing all of their live event stuff because there's been recovery at the box office and films are actually making money.
Because of YouTubers. Hey, Culture, before you go.
Yeah.
I need you to do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
I need you to tell the folks out there, what is this and why should they be there?
Yeah, the Southeast Game Exchange is going to be a super fun time. I'm going to be there. Many other people in our sphere is going to be there. I think Nerdrotic's even going to be there. I know Critical Drinker is going to be there. But this is July 17th and 19th in Greenville, South Carolina, not too far away from my pal Mikey. And we're all going to kind of gather together and enjoy games and enjoy each other's company as well. And I think we're even doing a live pro show from here.
We're going to do the first ever live pro show with a live audience on stage. And hopefully we're going to be able to live stream that simultaneous. So going to be a good time. We'll also be debuting the brand new video game, Zax, that we've been developing with the company.
That's right.
And by the way, tomorrow during the pro show, we will have the link for everybody to gain access to the open beta that will start tomorrow and go all the way until July 17th. So join us for the open beta tomorrow on the Pro Show.
Oh, and if you want to meet real life fake Asian wizard, he's going to be there too.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's because he's so small, right? That's why he's
teeny weeny itsy bitsy man.
He's really small. He's shorter than Comics Division.
How is that even possible?
Way shorter. All right. Well, Culture, Lou, we'll send them to you in just a few. We got one more story.
See ya.
Right. Later, guys.
Fight.
It's time for fake wizard, real fighting. It's time for battle so exciting.
What is this madness?
When
You shall not
enemies
pass.
are all enticing. Real fake wizard, bring
You
the
shall not
lightning. You thought thumbnails were amazing, but you didn't think he could bring down the big boss in low budget demo hood. He's a macho man. We've got your hands. Roundhouse kick will do the trick. Hit you with the Gandalf stick. Let's get to real life fake wiz fighting. Let's get to eye gouging and biting. There's no dignity in loss, so kick them in the jaws. Let's get to real life fake wiz fighting. Let's get to clawing and conspiring. YouTube is just for kicks. He's in the dojo, he don't miss.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And then it was the four of us. All right. Well, Carrie, before we go into the final story, would you like to tell everybody about your channel and what you do? Because what you do is meaningful and deep and worthy of their attention. What do you got?
Well, thank you, sir. My show is called Deprogrammed, and it's about culture, politics, and really just about helping people who were in the left leave the left, like I did, like a lot of people in the audience did, and helping people who have family members, maybe a lot of times parents who have kids who've taken up this new religion of woke, helping them better understand what it is. And so that's what the show is. Every other Wednesday night, we do a Christian panel. We did one tonight with Michelle from Force of Light Entertainment, Odin from OMB, and Brahma Bull from the Bullpen. And yeah, my schedule's changing up. I'm doing a new gig. And so I'm starting to do, anyway, I don't have a regular schedule anymore. I will at some point.
I got to get back on with the Christian panel sometime. I had such a great time the last time, and before I was an undulating avatar, so I'd like to, actually to be a real human if I ever get to do that again. But of course, we'll wait for the invite. But I will tell people it is a great time over on Deprogrammed. Everybody should be watching it. And even if you're not somebody on the left or somebody who's recovering from the left, you will hear things that will help you when talking to people who have been, and we're not talking about classical liberals. We're talking about people who bought into postmodern neo-Marxism. We can say that because culture's gone. So there you go, folks. Go check out Deprogrammed. You're going to have a good time. And Michelle will be on the Pro channel tomorrow at noon because in one of the craziest coincidences ever, Michelle was in Times Square at the exact time that Madonna showed up to do her odd Pride Month dance thing.
Oh, right.
Michelle was literally straight directly in front of Madonna when it happened, and there's something nobody knows that Michelle is going to share with us about how that took place. So, folks, don't miss it. Noon tomorrow. All right. Well, I say we do the final story and get this thing going over to the Hollywood backlot with Lou and you, shall we?
Sounds good, boss.
Sounded good to you, eh, Steve? Okay, well, we do it then. We do it, friend. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk Toy Story one more time. We're going to talk about Jessie the Cowgirl. It's all about her. It's all about switching to the ladies. And is it lazy or is it a winner? We'll find out. Final story right now. Well, they're switching to Jessie the Cowgirl. Toy Story 5 will be a departure from what you've seen before. It's no longer about Buzz and Woody. And we can say that because the journalists, the drive-bys, the access types, they've seen the film, and that's what they say. Marvin Montanaro writing this one at thebarkplace.com. Hollywood media unanimously praises Toy Story 5 and confirms Jessie is indeed the main character. This is a Jessie movie. The first reactions to Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5 are in, and if Hollywood access media is to be believed, the beloved animated franchise has somehow delivered another masterpiece nearly 3 decades after the original film debuted in theaters. Following the film's premiere, entertainment journalists and critics flooded social media with glowing praise for the sequel, calling it emotional, profound, funny, moving, and even one of the best films of 2026. We've got this one from Scott Menzel, who is a film critic, says Toy Story 5 ranks right alongside the first 3 films, delivering a perfect blend of humor, heart, and that signature Pixar magic. Toy Story 5 is a wonderfully heartfelt return to form for Pixar Animation Studios, and a reminder of why the Toy Story franchise remains one of the greatest film series ever made. Emotional, hilarious, and genuinely moving, Toy Story 5 may very well end up being one of the best films of 2026. LaughingPlace.com is just putting this out there for everybody to see. Toy Story 5 is Jessie's movie, and it's exactly what the franchise needed. Joan Cusack breaks your heart wide open as the yodeling cowgirl rediscovering her purpose. It's full of laughs and delivers some emotional, happy tears. We've got this from Harvey Edgerton. And I love this one. He says, I have a feeling that Toy Story 5 is going to repeat what happened with Toy Story 4, where it gets praised by critics, divides the general audience, and gets torn a new one by YouTubers and social media. Tell me I'm wrong. But I'll tell you this, folks. We were not wrong about Toy Story 4, and now in retrospect, everybody agrees it is by far the weakest. By far, and it actually takes away much of what the original 3 had to say. Now, the one reason I'm going to posit that this might actually work for Disney is because of Andrew Stanton. But we've talked about in the past, and Lauren, you and I have been on opposite sides of this. You think Toy Story 5 is going to underperform, and I think it could go either way. Let me fill in the blank as to why I think it goes either way. Andrew Stanton is the director here. Andrew Stanton is a man of great highs and horrific lows. He's been with Pixar for a long, long time. And if we go through his IMDb list, you all are going to see this guy knows how to win and he knows how to fail. And that's why I'm looking at this and I'm saying, which one is Toy Story 5? If we go down, what is he known for? He's known for WALL-E. He's known for Finding Nemo. You could just stop there. This guy is in charge of WALL-E, which is one of the greatest Disney movies ever made. It's not necessarily a kid's movie, but it's one of the greatest Disney movies ever made. And Finding Nemo, which I think is a kid's movie. And also is one of the greatest movies, at least Disney movies ever made.
I still love A Bug's Life.
There's nothing wrong with A Bug's Life. However, he is also a writer on the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV miniseries. He added additional screenplay material to Lightyear. He worked on John Carter. In fact, he wrote the screenplay. In fact, it was a devastating moment in his career to step away from Toy Story 3 and write John Carter.
I think John Carter gets a bad rap. I'm not going to hold that one against him.
Darn it, you're right, and I agree with you. I like John Carter.
But still, it's considered a flop.
It is. It is a flop technically, but I think it's a better movie than it gets credit for.
Okay, so Lauren, now that you see what this guy's in charge of, he's legendary. So if anybody's going to switch a boy brand to a girl brand, it might be him.
My argument, though, is not even necessarily about the quality or lack thereof of the film. I'm making the argument that the audience is sending a message to Hollywood that we're done with sequels and remakes. We want you to do something original. And I think that Toy Story's time may have come and gone. I think that it's had 30 years. That's a good long run. And so I'm thinking that the audience may just wait for streaming. I'm not sure they're necessarily going to show up at the box office. You will have a core that will, and I'm not saying the movie's going to flop. I think it'll do decent business. It'll probably be a $700-800 million movie. I don't think it's going to hit $1 billion though. And I could be completely wrong, but I suspect that what people are reacting to right now is the Taylor Swift news. I think they're reacting more to Taylor Swift than they are to Toy Story 5, if you get what I mean.
Now, here's a very strange take, I think, from the Daily Kryptonian, and I'm up for strange takes. I like the Bizarro. But they're listing this out as the second best Toy Story ever. But what draws my attention is, and I appreciate that they've got Toy Story 4 at the bottom. That's correct. It's easily at the bottom. But if I were going to rank them, I don't put the original Toy Story at the top. I put Toy Story 3 at the top. I think Toy Story 3 is the strongest. So I would go Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Toy Story, and then Toy Story 4 doesn't even belong anywhere on the list. I think it's abysmal. I don't know where I'll put 5 after I see it, but you've got this kind of a reaction. So maybe audiences will agree that it's way up there. Maybe.
I just know nobody knows about this thing. That's what's funny. Like I talk to a lot of people every Sunday. No one knows about this movie. That's kind of one of the things that shocks me is it's not the marketing, as far as I can tell, has sucked. And I don't know what it's like down there, but right now everything's FIFA. FIFA is getting all the attention. It's all that advertising space is all FIFA. So I'm just like, this thing is just going to go by the wayside. I think that maybe I'll be right twice. I think this thing caps at 800.
Yeah, maybe. I can see that. But let's walk through. I always enjoy the great things in media. They're not accidents. There's a reason that they resonate. So, Carrie, I know that your channel, you dive deep. And so let's dive deep for a minute. And let's deprogram Toy Story movies. Is that okay with you?
Sure. I'll try.
Let's talk about why they actually matter, okay? Because there's something deeply psychological that the films that resonate so, unless we're talking about like Fast and Furious, that's a different thing. But these movies, there's a message in there. There's an ethos that connects with people. Okay, so in Toy Story, the message there is betrayal, forgiveness, working as a team to redeem, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the story. Woody betrays Buzz. It's based off jealousy. It really is. It's a CGI Cain and Abel situation, but nobody dies. There's a forgiveness aspect, and so that redeems them. And then together, through the redemption arc, they manage to make it back to the goal, and the goal is Andy. Okay, so that's the original Toy Story, and that works pretty well, right? Because it's a buddy comedy, and the buddy comedy is the betrayal and how do you get along? Okay, and then you couple that with the Cain and Abel thing. You're not sacrificing a less than versus the best of. Instead, it's you're an old-fashioned toy and this is the new fad. Okay. Toy Story 2 is about do you abandon your friends? Toy Story 2, I think the message that's in there is a stronger message. Like, if you could be gifted heaven, which is what Woody views, right? Because he's got a temporary time with Andy and the other toys, but he can have eternal paradise as a collector's toy with these things. If you could have that, but it's a faux heaven, would you rather have that, or would you rather have authentic temporary love? That's Toy Story 2. That's a deep question. So kudos to them for coming up with that for their sequel. And then Toy Story 3 is all about, like, how far would you go with your friends? How far would you go? And the answer is, well, you would go up until the very, like, there's a depiction of hell in Toy Story 3, which is crazy. Like, would you stay with your friends through hell? And the answer to that is that if you would, then there's a chance that you actually slay the dragon at the edge of hell. It's not a guarantee. That's the drama that's in it. But if you are willing to go through to the precipice of hell with your friends for the right cause, you might actually come out on the other side with the ultimate treasure. And then Toy Story 4, the message is, what if we forgot all about that and abandoned our friends and just gave up on all morals whatsoever? Anyway, so Carrie, these movies are deeply impactful. Stepping away, the vehicle for them has always been Woody and Buzz. So I think that's why there's some trepidation here, because they are sort of archetypal characters. Mm-hmm. And so when you switch that now to Jessie, it can work, but I think there's also that fear of, if you take Jessie and you use her, Hollywood is so hesitant to lift up the feminine and the maternal. They much more are interested in having female characters be sort of a beta representation of, what they view as proper masculinity. And then it's always not quite, what women really want to be, at least most women. So, Carrie, what do you think about the idea that there's something deeply important in some of these stories that have held on for so long and people continue to watch, and kind of the danger when you take these deeply meaningful stories and characters and you repurpose them in today's time?
Yeah, well, I think people are worried about what could happen with this iteration of Toy Story for a good reason, because it's happened so many times, where a story that's being repurposed or retold, or you see another sequel, they lose the original, instead of imparting values through storytelling and imparting meaning and the kind of things you were talking about, loyalty, friendship, these things that are universal and eternal. And as someone in your chat even said, biblical values, traditional values that get to the very heart of us as human beings. They're relationship oriented. These are the things that every human being can relate to. These are human values. Woke storytelling is very different. It abandons values, meaning, in favor of preferences, or in favor of group preferences, identitarianism, this kind of scolding people, lecturing people, all based around what gender people are, what race they are, what sexuality, all these different characteristics. And so I think audiences, fans have seen this happen so many times, where the beloved property that used to tell stories, that was used as a vehicle to tell stories about eternal values, has now been hijacked, and it's used to tell a story about how, like, women are going to be the future. What is it? The future is female. Or it's being used to tell a story about that's meant to be about, like, this race or this sexuality, or just an identity preference kind of vehicle. And that just strips it of anything that's deep. I think that was your question, right? People are worried that's going to happen because they're making it about the girl.
Yeah, well, and that's why when we see, I'll point this out, this is the kind of stuff that gives us pause. And I'm not trying to prejudice my view before I get into the movie, and I'm not trying to tell people that it's going to be bad or a flop or whatever. But these are the kind of statements coming from the access media that cause us all to go, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. It says Pixar at their absolute best and their most important story yet.
Oh, come on.
Right. Is it the most important story yet because it's just based on the girl character? And if that's the case, if that's what we're doing, then it starts to feel like Ray again, right? It starts to feel like, here we go. Because, Woody and Buzz are genuinely good characters. They're masculine characters, but they're not toxic in any way. And you know, I don't know what would make this be a more important story than their stories. It can be equally as important. It can be differently important, but the most important. And when we start hearing this, I could pull up multiple accounts parroting this line, but I think that's the concern when people start seeing that, and the value judgment as well, because it's Jesse. Now, this is the story that our generation needs. I've seen that over and over. This is the story of, you know, that we need right now in history. And it's like, oh no,
Like
what are we doing?
Batgirl.
Yeah,
Well,
what
so
are we doing now?
Here's where I think the issue lies, because I think the Ray comparison is actually flawed. The problem is Jessie is the derivative character, right? Like, she is a sidekick, and so like that's the root, that's the lore of her character. She was there for Woody. She was part of Woody's show and all this kind of stuff, and she's always been like this solid figure who she has been tough. She's been fun. She's been the love interest of Buzz. Like you've seen these elements to her. So there is a way, as you were saying, to do that correctly, to make the story where she's the driving force somehow, because maybe she sees something that no one else saw that the tablet did or something, right? And you kind of replay the whole like a Buzz and Woody thing between Jesse and the tablet or whatever. But like there's a story that could be told. The issue is I don't think that they have the desire to write the story, because I wonder if this is the classic thing that Disney has done, where they've taken the trusted director and put them in to fill the hole that basically just to kind of give it, to prop up the credibility, kind of like Lilo and Stitch, which really didn't divide people. Most people just thought it was either meh or bad, and yet they're like, they tried to pull out the fact that director came back and all this kind of stuff to do the voice of Stitch, and it was just like they leaned on someone else's credibility to accomplish the purposes that they want, and this is the Disney issue. So and again, do I want this thing to be good? Obviously, I don't want them to ruin the characters any further. But I don't know, like, the way that they destroyed Woody's character in the fourth one, can they ruin the characters any worse? Like, I don't know.
By the way, a shout out in the bottom right side of the shared screen, you can see that about 300 of you are watching us on X. Good to see you all of you out there. We don't always shout out enough our X viewers, but follow along with me on this, and I'm going to explain why I'm worried about this movie. I'm not sold that it's going to be bad. Okay, I'm not condemning it, not dooming it. Just saying I have a concern here. Greg Pomes, who lists himself on the right side as he, him, says Toy Story 5 is Pixar at its absolute best. Very funny and extremely heartfelt. Beautiful animation. I didn't think going into the film that we needed another Toy Story, but it's extremely timely and relevant. The story is exactly what is needed in today's world. Pixar has a masterpiece that will go down as one of the best films of the year. So let me explain why that worries me when I see those things. One of the reasons that Pinocchio is a great movie is because it's timeless.
Yes.
Pinocchio doesn't exist in the 1900s. Pinocchio doesn't exist in the 1800s. The message of Pinocchio is utterly timeless. And I'll give you just a flavor of how timeless Pinocchio is and the kind of thought that goes into movies that are as amazing as something like that. In the movie Pinocchio, Pinocchio becomes a jackass. All right? Literally, he becomes a donkey because in his quest to become a real boy, he actually misaligns himself and he turns to vices. He turns to, gambling and smoking and all these things and to alcohol, and he becomes a jackass. And Pinocchio realizes at the last minute what he's becoming, which is all a metaphor, right? He realizes what he's becoming, and he flees the vices of life. And where does Pinocchio go next? Because it's really strange. I mean, this is bizarre. Pinocchio goes to save his father and his companions, but mostly it's his father. Where is his father? His father is in the very depths of the abyss inside a whale. And Pinocchio has to go down into the belly of the whale like Jonah to find his father and free his father. And you could say to yourself, okay, why in the world would the little marionette doll who was becoming a jackass and flees from that, why would he have to go into the belly of the whale to save his father? Like, that makes no sense, but psychologically it sure does. Because Pinocchio is being searched for by his father when he is acting like this. This is the story of the prodigal son, but instead of the father staying at home, the father goes out to find him. This is the lost sheep, right? So this is the lost sheep narrative. Where will the father figure, the patriarch, go? Where will Geppetto go to find Pinocchio? At what level would he go to find his son and rescue him? Well, into the belly of the beast in the deepest abyss you can imagine, in the darkest place possible. So that's where Pinocchio has to go then. And the only reason that Pinocchio can rescue him is because he's become more of a real boy, because he has accepted that the vices of life are not sufficient for his purpose, right? And that's where he finds then his conscience, Jiminy Cricket, whose letters are JC. Okay, that's timeless. That is so incredibly deep. It's from Walt Disney, by the way. So incredibly deep to figure out why that story lays itself out the way it does, and yet it's so psychologically poignant. So when we see somebody say, it's timely and irrelevant, I say, I don't want timely.
Thank you.
I want timeless.
Thank you. Timely it's about preferences. It's about whatever ideology is currently popular. This whole, that's what people do not want. We're tired of it. We're tired of it being about, the future is female or Pride Month or whatever is timely. Nobody wants that. They want the timeless. And that was perfectly stated. That Pinocchio is about self-sacrifice. It's about, as you said, rescuing your father, the traditions of your father. It's about maturity, growing up, becoming a real man, the soul. It's about all of that in a kid's movie, but the subtext is there. Yeah.
It's all there. It's all there.
The one thing I'll push back is I'll say timely does work if it's truly countercultural, right? So if it's timely can be getting back to something that matters. The question is that what this movie is ultimately doing?
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's harder to do that though with a kid's movie, because kids,
I don't disagree.
But if kids are being properly raised, then the way I think the best way for a child to be raised is rather timeless. Like I think children should be. I find it distasteful when kids are brought into politics. I find it distasteful, when kids are used as props or when they're surrogates for our own beliefs, or when their childhood and the chance to explore the natural world and explore the world of stories and fantasy, when that's interrupted by the parent's desire to either, live vicariously through the child or to subjugate the child to whatever it is, the latest catastrophe in the adult world that the child needs to, join in the drama farm with. I find all that distasteful. So for kids' films, I think it's harder to be timely.
But you can bring that into the moment. And that's where, like, when you take those values and you bring them into the moment, it can be timely, right? Like correction, strengthening, and encouragement, and all that stuff can be timely. There's nothing wrong with timely. It depends on what is the actual source of or what's the reason for the timely, right? Like
how about it can be timely as long as it's timeless?
Yeah, no, and I'm fine with that. But it's just that, like, I just don't want to
paradox.
I just don't want to blanket swath this idea, because I think of like things like Star Trek, where like Gene Roddenberry wrote episodes that were very timely, but they were timeless. And so it's like you have this balance where if something is timeless, it can be timely. It's just, again, I don't want to keep saying.
We need to hand it to Schrodinger's Lorne for the final thoughts.
If it's going to be a true message, then it has to be timeless. Correct. But the part I'm going to push back on a little bit is saying that it's hard in a kids movie to do that because, and I have to bring it back around here, this is what Star Wars did. That was in a time where everybody was cynical, every message was dark. George Lucas decided to make a fairy tale movie for kids that's message was you need to have hope.
And that's timeless.
And it became timeless. And then you pivot then to what the sequels became, where all of the main characters became broken down losers. They failed at every objective that they had, and look where that's gone. It's Gossamer in less than 10 years.
So we can pretty well predict where Toy Story 5 is going to go. If it's timeless, it's going to do great at the box office, and it's going to stand for decades to come as something kids want to see. If it is timely, then get out the boo birds, because it's going to be less than Disney wanted and a ding on a franchise that once was Fabo. All right, folks, we got to go. But before we do, we've got super chats, and we need to read those for you because we love what you have to say. I rate for $4.99. This is to help Lorne buy one of those wizard beards to cover his. Lorne, you have plenty of hair. You have it combed, and your headset is hiding it, but you have plenty of hair, Lorne. I need to defend you from this. This is an onslaught of lies, Lorne.
Really tall forehead.
But I will say, I do have a couple of those wizard beards.
Prove it.
Dragon Queen for 2. Lorne, I DM'd you on X. Secrets.
I got it.
Doge for 2. Lorne wants something original. He can watch Hoppers. Watch Hoppers, darn it. Get in that robot beaver. We've got TJ. It's just Tom. Member for 17 months. I gave up. I was like, it's Tom. I think it's been longer, but hi, y'all. Good to see you, Tom. Can't wait to hang out. Make sure you send me that message back. John for 5. The Jesse merch has been in Five Below for nearly 2 months. Kind of telegraphed where it was going. Maybe. You know, I don't want to be totally negative on it. I don't want to eat crow later on because it did great and we said it would not. But you never know. And we'll be paying attention to what it's going to be. All right, we've got some gifted memberships, and we appreciate that so much. Captain Nemo is dropping 10 WDW Pro memberships. And guess who else? Wolverines nicked. Oh, wait, I remember now. That's the sound of the three the claws coming out of the Oh gosh.
Very nice. Very nice.
Lauren, can you move that at all?
Can I?
Can you? Okay, we're just making sure it's not, you didn't use AI to put a fake beard on you. Okay.
No. It's but I agree with Fake Wizard. This thing is awful to wear. It is not comfortable. He actually has to clip the mouth part so that you can actually see his lips. So he's got to do a lot of preparation on them.
Which is hilarious.
You were telling me that Fake Wizard's beard is not real.
That is correct.
Oh, Joe Miller, you just found the marble in the oatmeal. You're a lucky little boy, because you know why? You get to drink from the fire hose! Okay, you ready? Yeah! Open wide!
Perfect! Wahoo!
All right, folks, show's over. That's it. We're done here. We're getting out. Steve is over at Floral from Under a Rock, or Floral Under a Rock, folks. Go check it out. It's a great show if you like puppets, and I know you do, right? You just can't tell anybody, but secretly, you want more puppets. Deprogrammed with Carrie Smith is the place you need to be. Go check it out for deep philosophical discussions as well as the theological. You'll have a great time. And Lauren is in charge of Lauren and Apollo, Tuesdays and Fridays on That Pod Place. He's also here on the Pro Channel doing all kinds of stuff for us, and we greatly appreciate it. All right, panel, anything final thoughts before we wrap this up and send them over to the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you?
I wanted to say just quickly, on Sunday, I'm going to be on a different channel on Brahmable, who was in the comments. And he's going to have the actor Michael Marston on also. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, on the Bullpen, if you like a political panel show.
Tell Mr. Marston I said hi. I've been on the panel a few times with him, and always a great guest. All right, folks, it's been our pleasure. We're going to send you on over, and we will not run the full outro today. It's too much because Hollywood Backlot with Lou and You is already underway. So we'll leave you with this.
The shadow grows. We must act. The enemy has found the roost. Our arrows are ready, but we need a plan. Then we fly to Mordor. Flock for the planet. By the lines of roost. Take that, you brave. What have they done?